Oh my god, so funny.
Hey, I found this hidden gem on Netflix.
I'm gonna get so jacked.
If people laugh at that joke, I'm gonna be pissed. I came up with that one.
Enunciate.
Just wait, Jim, I found a hidden gem.
Yeah, Stranger Things, like, bar and cardio and stuff like that.
Just wait till I get to my joke, alright? Alright, here we go.
God, it's gotta be better.
Yeah, it is. It's a classic.
Can you download a laugh track on your phone that we can just put in there for
Alright,
them?
here we go.
Maybe let me see if we can find it. Crickets chirping.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello and welcome to the 38th episode of Damage Control Podcasting, a professionally unprofessional look at the conventions, ideas, and genres of filmmaking. I'm here with...
Daniel Newkirk.
Tyler.
Cody Dietrich.
Alright, Snyder is not here because he's a wuss and doesn't want to own up to his bet. Okay.
Truth.
So we are back. We took last week off to have SummerSlam. We watched SummerSlam at the Great Lakes location for DCP.
Yep. Woo!
We had a lot of fun. We learned a lot. Lost some innocence, but
Cody always gets the biggest breast.
Yes, Cody always gets the biggest breasts.
it's true. But before we begin tonight's podcast,
It's fine. I had 2 legs in each hand and a breast in my mouth, so I'll leave it out.
what'd you eat though? Anyway, before we get started,
Sarah.
she don't listen. She gave up on us.
Did she?
Probably.
Before we get started, I got some thanks I want to deliver. Some thanks. SoundCloud user Lindsay Skometsky.
That sounds right.
Skometsky for a like. Colin Luke Cameron 1962 for a like. Any bets on that's the year he was born?
I think it's probably a safe bet. Yep.
Maybe just
Maybe
like
that's the year he's from. He's actually a time traveler.
Ooh, time traveler.
Damn it, Cody. Can
Oh.
you just not steal my fucking thoughts?
Well, I'm sorry. If you project them so loudly, I'm going to take them.
Oh, maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he traveled back in time to follow us now, so he can be on the ground level of a groundbreaking.
Did we Bill and Ted the future?
We build them, Ted, gentlemen.
Yes.
Colin
We'll just
confirms.
We'll
Colin
just
confirms.
Susan Mullen and Jordan Gendreau. Is it French?
It's
Probably, because
French or Cajun. I think it's Gendreau.
Gendreau. It's Cajun. That's probably why I couldn't pronounce it. For following us. Okay, so episode 38. Christopher Robin is now in theaters with a budget of $75 million and an opening weekend of $24,500,000 and a U.S. gross of $71,288,000 as of August 23rd. It's safe to say the pooh has hit the fan. I knew it. I knew that one was better. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to put that one in. Okay.
Don't, Daniel. Please don't.
All right.
Please. Don't give him a pity laugh.
Okay. I questioned that one. I knew that Stranger Things Netflix jokes was stupid, but I thought the poo one,
if we get enough
That's
likes
just
on
because-
this, we will record that joke and post it.
That's
at a
just
later
because
date.
you said poo. Anybody will laugh at the word
Oh,
poo.
okay.
It's just like when you laugh when someone says penis.
Penis.
Okay.
Because we all have the emotional maturity of like a 13-year-old.
Okay. Along with Christopher Robin, the HappyTime murders have hit the big screen. So tonight our topic is, I'm going to mispronounce this all night, anthropomorphic animals and items in cinema and other mediums.
Okay.
Okay.
That doesn't sound forced at all.
But first, trivia.
Oh boy.
Okay? All right. According to BuzzFeed.com, what is considered to be the first talking animal in cinema?
Mr. Ed.
Predates, that's TV, and predates Mr. Ed. But you're on the right track there.
Lassie.
You're even closer on the right track, but no.
Flipper?
You're farther away.
Fair
Okay. Rin Tin Tin.
I know Rin Tin Tin.
He was so popular, he was rumored to be voted Best Actor at the 1929 Oscars. But they said only humans can win.
Bastards.
Okay.
I have a dream
in the early
that
days,
one day animals can win Oscars before Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
He won one, didn't he?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, he said he did win an Oscar for The Revenant.
Oh,
And then at the end of it, he said, after that, like, I'm just so glad I want to just go, you kids will stop posting those damn memes.
What was the memes? Something about the bear, probably?
Yeah, the bear, like, he got close to the Oscar, and then the bear attack happens, and then he drove away from the Oscar.
Gotcha, okay. Question number 2. In the early days before the Muppets, what was the prototype of Kermit the Frog created from?
A sock.
He
Not
does
even
have kind
close.
of he does kind of have that sock puppety kind of thing going for him. It's like almost like it's a hanger. Has something with like fabric wrapped around it.
Not even the right ballpark.
All right, well,
Tyler?
I got
Okay.
a real frog.
A discarded coat belonging to Henson's mother and 2 ping pong balls for eyes.
I said coat.
Bonus!
Kermit the Frog.
Originally, Kermit was only seen as a lizard-like creature. A collar was added to make him seem more frog-like, and it was also covered. It also covered the seam where the 2 parts meet.
Huh.
Bonus!
These aren't trivia. This is just now you're just saying facts.
What are some of the names used in foreign countries for Kermit?
El
Kermit
Kermito.
What?
Kermit San.
No. What?
El Kermito.
No.
La Kermit.
Nope. We have cocos.
We use the biggest racial stereotypes using languages.
Cocos o sapo. That's Portugal and Brazil. Sapo meaning toad.
But he's a frog.
I'm just saying. La Rana Rene. Rene the frog in most of the Hispanic America. Gustavo in Spain.
Gustavo.
Gustavo, yeah.
Gustavo.
In the Arabic version, he is known as Kamel, which is a common Arabic male name meaning perfect.
Wow.
Which fits his character, because isn't his character always like his compass is always
Yeah, he's always...
the right one? Besides the fact he likes pigs. And lastly, in Hungary,
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
lastly in Hungary, he is called Breki.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna make a stupid joke like food.
No, no, that's French. Okay, number 3. How many Bud flicks are there? Are out there? Bud flicks.
There's
3?
no
12.
There's Air Bud. That's the one where he plays basketball. Then he plays football, soccer, baseball. Are you including the ones like the main Bud films?
I'm including the entire Bud franchise.
Oh, I can't name all of them because there's Air Buddies, Snow Buddies.
I'm going to say 15.
There's one with like an.
What did you say?
15.
Close. To date, there are 14 flicks in the franchise, including 5 in the Air Bud series, 7 in the Air Buddy series, and 2 Christmas spin-offs of the Air Buddy series. Bonus! Disney's Buddies is one of the top direct-to-DVD franchises, with the first 12 flicks grossing $220 million by March 2014.
Yeah, I've seen half of them.
Okay. Number 4, we're almost done. According to HollywoodPaws.com, what are the breeds and names of the lead animals in Homeward Bound?
I don't know what the breeds, but it's Chance.
Yep.
And Sasha, the cat.
Close. Sassy.
Sassy, the cat.
Shadow, Golden
Shadow.
Retriever.
Yep, Shadow, the Golden Retriever.
So, yeah, Shadow's a Golden Retriever, Chance is an American Bulldog,
It doesn't matter.
and Sassy's a Himalayan cat.
It doesn't matter. Shadow's the best one.
Bonus!
Shadow is the best one.
If you don't cry when he can't get out of that hole, you're an inhuman monster.
Oh god, it
Bonus?
was terrible.
How many of each breed did it take to film the flick?
7.
7 of each breed?
Yes.
Is that what we're going with?
4.
5.
What?
4.
4 for both Golden and Bulldogs, and 8 Himalayan cats.
That was close.
Bonus!
Is this like the 4th bonus round? This
What
is like bonus.
Are the names of the actors that brought the animals to life?
One was Michael J. Fox.
Correct?
Sissy Spacek.
Nope. You're close. Her name starts with an S.
Sally Struthers.
First name Sally.
Sally Fields.
Field.
That's what I said.
And Shadow is Don Ameke. He's a... Bonus!
God,
Jesus.
damn it, Adam. Stop with the bonuses.
What? I'm really hyped up. What does the J stand for in Michael J. Fox?
James.
Jackson.
Nothing. It's
George.
like Truman.
Doesn't stand for anything. His middle name's Andrew, but he hated Michael A. Fox, so he turned it to Michael J. as a tribute to Michael J. Pollard.
I wonder if his parents ever made him go as a fox for Halloween. So she's like, "Hey, Michael's a fox."
I'm out. That's it for me.
The poo has hit the fan. Okay, so anthropomorphic characters. Do we like them?
I enjoy him.
Not really.
No, really? I thought you would be all over this.
Really? What about the fact that there's some ducks with some tails to tell? Those are anthropomorphic figures.
Oh God!
I thought I was going to get it going.
Let's not get that started.
Well, I thought it'd be too cheesy.
Oh, shut up, Cody.
So, do we like anthropomorphic characters? What are some of our favorite anthropomorphic characters?
Obviously, DuckTales. That's a big one. Goofy. He's always been one of my favorite Disney tunes.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
Ninja
fan
Turtles.
Scooby. Oh, and Ninja Turtles, absolutely, yeah.
So that's
Street
surprising.
Sharks.
Street Sharks. Yeah.
Tiny Toons.
Tiny. What are they? Oh yeah, they're just But,
They're little Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I was
tiny.
thinking of the Animaniacs. So this surprises me about you, Daniel. I thought this would be like, I don't know why. I just thought you would like these type of characters.
Some of them are okay. Like Scooby's fine. Ninja Turtles is fine. And a lot of those sub characters in those particular franchises. So like Usagi Yojimbo is okay. I like him fine. But overall, like, I kind of lose interest in a lot of the anthropomorphic characters. Like
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck's okay. I don't mind him. Yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, most of the time it's done poorly and it doesn't really hold my interest.
Like Howard the Duck.
Okay, this next question might come up to your thing. What makes up an anthropomorphic character? I mean, is it the way, if you just take a dog and have him start talking and wearing a coat, that's the kind of crap you don't like? Or do you like it when the author and artist utilize that animal's environment into? I mean, clearly turtles know how to do karate, so
Right.
that's obvious.
The ones that I like are the anthropomorphics where they go beyond the stereotype.
Okay.
You all know I'm a big gamer geek, so I play Dungeons and Dragons, and one of the characters I'm playing now is an anthropomorphic cat, and there are so many stereotypical cat jokes about that character, and it's solely because
He's a
it's
cat.
It has nothing to do with who he is. It has to do with the cat itself.
So you don't like that stuff?
Right, so I don't like the fact that it's like, okay, so you have this anthropomorphized cat. He must hate dogs. He must hate getting wet. He must be obnoxiously ignore you, and stuff like that. And when you take that stereotype and put it into every type of animal, they're just flat and boring one-dimensional characters that you already know everything you need to know about. The anthropomorphic cats and animals that I enjoy are ones that kind of break that mold. Like Scooby-Doo breaks that mold. Like the only stereotypical thing for Scooby in the old Scooby stuff was that he's hungry because he's a big Great Dane.
Right.
You know, he didn't have any of that like hatred for cats or stuff. He may have it now, but he didn't back then. Or like the Ninja Turtles. They, nothing about the Ninja Turtles are stereotypical turtle things.
Slow.
Yeah, they're not slow. They
Turtles
do
love
karate.
pizza.
They eat pizza. They have these different personalities. So that's what draws me in for anthropomorphized. And 90% of that stuff out there, I feel like, is just like, oh, here's an anthropomorphized rabbit. We're going to make him burrow and eat carrots.
And cross-dress.
Rabbits aren't supposed to eat carrots
Why not?
because they cannot digest them. They will die.
Well, what
Are
your,
you serious?
Yeah. You're supposed to feed rabbits lettuce before you feed them carrots.
Oh my god, I've killed so many bunnies.
No, bunnies are okay. Rabbits don't eat carrots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bunnies can eat carrots. Okay, so
But that is, wow. How many rabbits have died because of that?
Well, cats aren't really supposed to drink milk either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad for them.
Yeah. You know how you see cats drinking milk in cartoons and stuff? You're not supposed to.
They're lactose intolerant.
Let's get them soy milk.
And monkeys don't really eat banana, or do they?
I think monkeys eat anything.
Yeah, they eat fruits. It's just bananas, the stereotype.
Right.
Oh, gorillas are carnivorous. They'll actually group up against a group of monkeys and just go eat monkeys.
Really?
Yeah, Jake told me that. Remember that, Daniel?
I know what you're talking about, but what did you call them?
Monkeys.
No.
Gorillas.
No, yes. What did you call them?
I said gorillas.
Uh-huh.
Carnivorous?
Omnivorous. Sorry, let me alliterate.
Is that what you're going for?
I believe we called it coniferous.
Carnivorous.
Carnivorous succotash.
Yes, the evergreen gorillas with pointy spines and shit pine cones.
Don't you have a Christmas gorilla in you?
I do not have a Christmas gorilla. I need to.
I mean, where do you get your jingle balls from?
Oh crap!
Man, I am on a roll tonight.
Two good ones. I give up on
Thank
this.
you.
I made it a year. I'm out.
Tyler, so what are your thoughts on anthropomorphic characters? As a father, you probably watch a lot.
I have seen way too many buddies movies, and it's just I don't know. I'll watch any cartoon. The weirdest one with man, now you're gonna screw me up. With talking animals has to be Zootopia.
That's the one you like or don't like?
I liked it the first 5,000 times I saw it, but like you start to watch it, like I always try to watch it like my son watches it and just enjoy it, and then after so many times you're like watching Zootopia, you're like, this is about drugs and race relations.
It is?
Yeah.
100%,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, give me a quick. I've never seen it. Give me a quick.
You've got predators and prey, which are supposed to live in this massive Zootopia together,
Okay.
and this
Hick Bunny from the Sticks.
this prey starts going around and shooting these predators with this stuff
Gas.
that turns them into like ferocious animals
Is that
attack.
Is that the fox?
No.
No, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like sets up like this Joker X plan to take over the city.
What character's the bad guy?
The sheep.
You would have gave me 1,000 guesses. I never would have guessed sheep.
Yeah, that was like the first time. Like, wow, that was an amazing twist.
Why the sheep? What was his reason?
Her.
I'm assuming because the prey is they can't get anything because the predators are bigger, larger. You know, they're
Even though,
biologically designed to be better.
That's like the survival of the fittest.
right?
Yeah.
And then even though the prey outnumber the predator population in this city by 3-1, the predators still seem to have the better jobs or the better positions in society.
Okay, I get the
The
race.
predators do?
Yeah,
Okay.
like
I thought the predators were like the lower class citizens.
that
They
was
were
the
like-
first alliteration.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I get the race thing now, but what's the drug you guys are talking about?
The drugs they're called night howlers, which is synthesized from let's see if I can say it right because I just had to watch it today. A Mindicampum holociphius, and that's the name of the plant.
Is this real or
Mindicampum-
made up?
I don't know. I think it's actually real.
Okay.
I don't know if it actually does this.
Okay.
But like they have like a scene that mirrors Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Like
I remember that.
the guys in the train wearing the outfit.
Does he have his underwear on?
No.
Oh, he's got the yellow
And-
jumpsuit.
Yeah, and then the phone rings and there's a pounding at the door and he goes, "It's Jesse and Walter," because it's another sheep. Like it's a whole sheep operation.
Yeah, but is it a drug thing or is that just like the writers were like, man, we really like Breaking Bad. Let's slide this in there for the adults.
No, like it was a central part to the thing.
Like
Basically,
it looks like a freaking grow house.
So what does the plant do then? Maybe you told me about it.
You like they make it into like a bullet, and then like if you're a predator, I shoot you with it, and then you go into this uncontrollable
Rage.
beast mode.
and you like attack everything in your way.
So what
They call it going feral.
So what's the point of that though? What's that do? It switches the social class around?
It's where it becomes the predators are like taken away from things. Like the mayor is kicked out of office because he's a lion. Like the police force, they don't want, what's supposed to be seen as friendly to be scary, so they put more prey on the police force. So now the prey are now controlling larger, more higher up positions within the government.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you done? I was going to go to Cody.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Cody, what are your thoughts? Do you like anthropomorphic characters? What do you like, don't like?
It's just growing up. That's what's been hit you. Huckleberry Hound, Yogi the Bear, Scooby Doo, Tom and Jerry. Probably not the best role models.
Yeah.
I found that out later.
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're always hurting each other. I try to do that to my brothers and sister. I get in trouble for some reason.
Do you know
Send you to
that,
this place called jail.
did you know that there's an episode where Tom and Jerry both commit suicide at the end of it?
No, I
No,
don't
really?
remember that
Yeah.
one.
Why?
Tom's trying to hook up with this cat, and he can't. Like, no matter what he does, like, there's always this other cat that's better than him. So, like, Jerry tries to, like, make it better, and then he fails. So, like, the very last scene is them sitting on a train track, and there's just a train just barreling towards them.
Did it actually air?
Yeah, they don't air it anymore, but
It's probably one of those ones where it's like, oh, that's funny. They're killing themselves back 40 plus years ago.
Wasn't there like Tiny Toons or anime?
Yes,
animation
Tiny
where they
Toons
get
were-
drunk and drunk driving. And stuff?
Yeah, and then
that
they-
was Tiny Toons.
Yeah. Before we move on to my next one, let's talk about the poo in the room, because we're doing this podcast because of Christopher Robin. What do you guys thoughts on? Have you guys seen the movie?
I've seen it.
Do you guys like Winnie the Pooh?
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just so weird that you've seen it.
I went
Is
to
this
saw it
the
with my
one?
mother.
Is this the one
sorry, my
with
bad.
Ewan McGregor or Dom Hall Gleason?
Whoa, what's the one with Domhnall Gleeson?
That's it's another Christopher Robin movie.
Okay, well,
This one's with Ewan McGregor,
Okay.
or at least the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
they
I
were
don't know.
releasing
Okay.
2 movies,
like
and they were
they're-
both about Christopher Robin.
Okay, this one is about the actual character Christopher Robin from the books. The one, Goodbye Christopher Robin, one you're talking about, has to do with the real life Christopher Robin, which Christopher Robin is based off of.
Ah, gotcha. So this one's the all.
This is takes place but directly in the books, like 20 years in the books future.
Oh, okay, because this isn't the Christopher Robin that's like, I'm not Christopher Robin. I'm changing my name. I don't want anything to do with this crap.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically, this movie that you just watched is Hook with Winnie the Pooh.
Yes,
Oh.
this is basically
was
Christopher
a great
Robin
movie.
from the
Hook was
books,
great.
20 years in the future. He's forgotten Winnie the Pooh. He's become a hard ass. He's dealt with a lot of stuff, and he's
Ass
working.
and poo
He's
in the same
become
sentence.
Scottish.
What's wrong with that?
Well, anyway,
He's got good hair.
If
Revenge
I
of the
looked
Sith.
like Ewan McGregor, I'd be Scottish too.
Yeah, Scottish accent's good.
he's basically lost all joy in his life because he thinks he has to work all the time to provide for his family, and he's sort of got it indoctrinated in his daughter's head that you don't get nothing from nothing. You got to work for what you want, and she's basically doing the same thing he did at one point, not having a childhood.
Okay. So did you like the movie? Did your mom like the movie?
I feel it started
Alright.
off like most stuff that takes place in British. It started off dark.
Wait, that's a British property?
Well, Winnie the Pooh is British.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was written by a soldier who had gotten back from World War I and was wanting to write a book to end war. And basically, in Goodbye Christopher Robin, it's basically shown that it's more about the father's story than the kid's story. He's dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, all this other stuff from the war, and one of the things that helped him get over it was actually playing with his son as a child, like going into his make-believe world with Winnie the Pooh and stuff, and then he wrote the books based off the time he had spent with his children.
So, are you a fan of the franchise or the Winnie the Pooh universe?
I know some of it. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan, but
Winnie the
I know a little bit.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh God, here it goes.
Fuzzy little girl stuff with butt face. Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Okay, Tyler, are you a fan?
No, I mean, I know some stuff. I've seen some episodes of Winnie the Pooh, but I haven't seen it in the movies.
I can't tell you a damn thing about it. The only thing I know about it is when he gets stuck.
In Rabbit's Hole?
Yeah, but that's everywhere. I mean, I think they even mocked it on Family Guy.
Yeah.
So, okay, so before we move on, let's talk about this real quick because I'm interested. Is Winnie the Pooh kind of like a Calvin and Hobbes where it's a metaphor? Like those characters don't really exist? Or is this kid actually playing with this?
Well, they're playing with like stuffed animals.
Yeah.
In the cartoon, like the entire world is his imagination. So kind of like Calvin and Hobbes, he goes out to play, takes his stuffed tiger and stuffed donkey and stuffed bear, and then they come to life as his imagination animates them.
Okay. So how's it a metaphor for the war then?
It wasn't necessarily a metaphor for the war. It was him trying to bring some joy to people's lives so they could stop thinking about the war. Because after the war, that's all everybody thought about. Oh my God, is there going to be another war?
It was just
that wasn't gonna happen.
So it's like, here's something fun to read.
Yeah, and that's what came. That was one of the driving factors of why Winnie the Pooh became so popular. It was so innocent, childlike, and then just full of joy.
So Christopher Robin, the movie Christopher Robin, it's about a middle-aged man who's lost joy in his life, and
he's always working.
Spoilers, I guess. Unless you want to see it, Tyler.
No.
Okay, so spoilers. Are they real or are they made up? Are they
in the movie? They are real. Like the magic happens, whatnot, and basically he's having his midlife crisis. Oh, I got to get this done, or else the boss is gonna have my ass by Monday. And then Winnie the Pooh just appears out of a door, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And then all this stuff, and basically it's him, trying to ignore Pooh for half the movie.
God, we are so immature.
But that's exactly what it is, and it's Pooh just doing those euphemisms and stuff like hitting you in the feels, like is that why you left me behind? And it's like makes you feel so bad.
We'll get you every time.
Where does the name Pooh come from? Oh, by the way, do you know Kermit's a real name?
Did not know that.
Kermit is a genuine name.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Kermit. Who would name their kid Kermit? But that's named after. There's two possible origins for that name. Both of them were actual people Jim Henson knew. I just wouldn't think Kermit.
Oh, would you?
How would you shorten that? Kermit, K-Dog,
Kurt,
K-Dog. It would be K-Frog.
Oh, K-Frog. Like it.
Would you have thought that Wendy was made up in Peter Pan?
Yeah, I told you that.
No, I knew that before you told me that. I'm just saying, would you have thought that this guy's like, hey, I'm just gonna make up this name?
Yeah, let's make up a name right now. Make up a name. Samanthanum.
That's just Samantha. Miss
Why'd you pick our sister?
Give me. Okay, real quick. A name.
Naria.
The merit. Damn, it's already a name.
This is great. As someone who regularly DMs a Dungeons and Dragons game, and people are always like, "What's his name?" I love watching other people struggle to invent names on the fly.
Aratus.
That's just errata. I'm going to do this anything you come up with.
Okay, all right. I'll think of one before the end of the podcast. Remind me. I'll have one.
I'm
sure you will.
But you're down tonight, man. What's your deal? Is it because of the topic?
No, I'm good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There seems to be like some sexual tension going on between you two.
Well, he didn't bring food last week, and that's one of Daniel's turn-ons.
Oh, I got you.
Yes.
So we're
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you because I have a question.
Okay.
So does Rocket Raccoon, does he count as an anthropomorphic figure?
Yes.
Well, see, I looked it up. I looked up. There's anthropomorphism and there's also personification. So like, anthropomorphism is where an animal takes human or non-inanimate, non-human things take human-like characteristics, or we give them human-like characteristics. And personification is just where a non-human does human-like traits. So I'm kind of wondering if Scooby-Doo isn't necessarily anthropomorphic. It's
Don't leave Scooby alone. That's not the question.
but I guess he talks though. But but does he? Because does anyone? Because only Shaggy, right?
No, everyone understands.
Velma and Daphne and Freddy.
Okay, okay, fair enough. So only the gang hears him. Does anyone else hear Scoob?
Yeah,
there's been instances where they do.
So. Flim Flam does.
Who's Slim Flam?
You don't know.
Kid from
13
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And so does Vincent Price's character.
Vincent Van Gogh.
But he's magical, so that don't count.
Flim Flam isn't.
Oh, he's he's force sensitive. Yeah.
Flim Flam is force sensitive. You heard it here first, folks.
So what was your question? We got.
Is Rocket Raccoon? Is he an anthropomorphic?
He can't be because he's not really a raccoon. We just perceive him as a raccoon because he's not really a raccoon, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a messy topic. Rocket isn't actually a raccoon or a mutated raccoon. He is an alien that they have skin grafted to make the patients at his mental facility less scared of him.
Oh,
So
Yeah, that's the original raccoon.
That's the original storyline, and so if you want to get really technical, he's probably not an anthropomorphized raccoon. But when you start looking at it with a broader artist's paintbrush, yeah, he really is.
Right. Okay.
okay. Here's second question. Bonus. I know.
See, y'all make fun of me, but you guys just use it all the time.
Okay, so in the Harry Potter world, wizards can be what is called an animagus, where they can turn into an animal.
Okay.
So does that animal that they turn into, could that be seen while they are as that character? Is that an anthropomorphic?
No, because they just turned in right. Because that rat was just a rat. It didn't talk or do anything human-like. It was literally just a human turning into an animal. Wow, that's cool. I agree with you. That's kind of cool. I do like that in the Harry Potter world, but they don't do anything human-like, right? Daniel being the resident Harry Potter fan.
Right.
Oh, don't even.
Yeah, it really depends on the actions. So, like, if they're doing human-like things, then they're anthropomorphic. If they're just like aware, they're more personified.
Okay.
So, like, the one I always think of is the old animated Sword in the Stone.
Mm-hmm.
You had Merlin and the witch doing this wizard battle, and they kept shape-shifting back and forth. And whatever form they took, they were just a human version of that animal.
Gotcha.
That's anthropomorphism.
Okay. So going back, talking about poo. Where does
Every time.
Where does, like
The name,
the name
can't
like
help.
poo, like poo.
the poo part has to do with basically some figure of speech from back in the day, if I
Okay.
remember right, from Goodbye Christopher Robin. The Winnie part actually comes from an actual bear that was in a British zoo that Christopher Robin visited as a child.
So-
the bear's name was Winnie.
So poo's like slang for cuddly or something back in the day.
I can't remember exactly. It's just some. It's
Winnie
It's just
the
one of those
Pooh.
things. Like it's just like
Are you googling that? Okay.
the Winnie part is from a bear that was in a zoo and that the kid visited as a child.
Yeah, it was like a Winifred or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, real quick before we move on, what's like Peter Pan goes to Neverland? Does Winnie go to, or does Christopher Robin go? What's their little?
It's actually like a separate world, the 100 Acre Woods, in this movie.
The 100 Acre Woods?
He was named his Christopher Milne named his toy bear after Winnie, a Canadian black bear he often saw at London Zoo, and Pooh, a swan they had met while on holiday.
Huh.
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 Okay. Anything else we want to talk about the Pooh real quick before we move on?
I have to know, is E.R. Tigger and the gang in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, you see him in the trailer.
Do you? 'Cause I've only seen the trailer with Pooh in it.
Yes.
I got over it and he screwed it up.
Is it Peter Cullen doing the voice of Eeyore?
No, it's
No.
not. It's
Boycotting this movie.
Everyone Loves Raymond's brother, Brad Garrett.
That was one of my only gripes. They didn't keep some of the original voices. They kept Winnie the Pooh's voice, and I think they changed most of the rest of them.
Yeah, because Rabbit is played by Peter Capaldi, who was the latest Doctor Who. Not the newest one.
Isn't Rabbit kind of a smart? Or no, which one's like a real smart, like a jerk? The Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Yeah,
Rabbit's we're gonna do things my way.
Google a picture of Peter Capaldi and you'll understand why he
Well,
got
I
that
know.
role.
Yeah, I know Peter Capaldi. So Eeyore's the down, like the emo,
The
emo
Adam
punk.
one.
Well,
The
there's,
Adam of the group.
Yeah.
there's that one thing out there that all of Christopher Robin's toys are actually just mental illnesses.
Yeah, you can do that. I really used to be into those theories, but then I'm like, these are all just the same theories for every show.
Right.
But we'll do an episode on those.
We should do an episode on fan theories. There are a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
good ones out there.
definitely. Jar Jar Binks is Snoke.
That
Oh,
isn't a fan
friends
theory.
one.
That's real.
Oh, my bad. So Eeyore is the emo punk. Rabbit is the sarcastic Dr. House prick.
Neat freak.
Yeah.
Oh, he's OCD?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay. So he is Dr. No, House was Asperger. He wasn't OCD, was
He
he?
didn't have Asperger's.
I don't know.
He didn't. They flat out said he didn't have Asperger's. He was
Okay.
just a jerk.
Piglet,
Scared.
Nervous.
the timid.
Yeah.
Okay. Pooh is that one happy guy that no matter what, that you just want, like
Snyder.
like you're
Obsessive. Was that can't stop eating?
No, I just mean like Pooh's that happy guy, right? Like no matter
He's always
what.
happy.
It's like,
I
dude,
think
shut
Cody-
up. You're a nice guy.
I think
but
Cody's the poo of the group.
Cody's the Pooh of the group. Okay, let's do that. Let's go down this
Oh
road.
shit.
I'm Eeyore. You're Pooh. Daniel, you look like you got a little Pooh on you. No, okay.
Wiped.
God damn it.
I'm gonna say that I'm either the Tigger or the Rabbit.
Tigger.
You're too nice.
I could
to
see
be
you being
Tigger.
like a cross between both. I wouldn't put you in one
I'm gonna go with
category.
Tigger because you've always been nice to me, except for that one night that I got in trouble.
When
But
you didn't bring food to the party.
no, that episode I got in trouble for.
Which one?
The Rogue one.
God,
So,
you fell for that one.
so
Iron sinker.
he's
I knew I had
Tigger.
to.
I would say Snyder. Which one's a really mean? Rabbit. Snyder's a rabbit.
Snyder's the Rabbit.
Or he could be
No.
Owl. Owl's the know-it-all.
No, it's
Ooh,
oh no, we
owl.
got rid of the owl.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, anytime anybody else brings it up,
I
don't say
know,
that, cut it.
I know. Eeyore's a hypocrite too, that one. So what are we going for Tyler? What was Tyler?
I am not Piglet. You throw me in Piglet, I'm gonna smack you.
No. What other ones are there? There's more than that, isn't there? Is the owl in the movie?
There's
Yeah.
Rue.
What's the owl's name?
Is Rue in the
Owl.
movie?
The name's Owl?
Owl's name is Owl.
That's dumb.
Is Rue in the movie?
Yeah, Kanga and Roo is it both in the movie.
Oh, I forgot about them. You're Rue.
Oh, you are the mama's boy. You are definitely Rue.
You're probably Kanga. You are the only parent at the table.
That is
Yeah.
true. Very true. Well, Snyder's
Snyder's
not
here,
here.
yeah.
Snyder's not here. Okay, all right.
Fine.
Okay, so let's move on. We named it. Snyder can't defend himself. I'm pretty sure he'd be happy with what he got.
With the Rabbit, yeah.
As much as Rabbit could be.
Okay, so why do you think anthropomorphized characters are a storytelling device? Why do you think we use them? I mean, famously, I remembered it. Tyler, you're a history buff. What's the famous socialist story? Animal Farm.
Yes.
It's a metaphor. Why do
Yes,
you,
I did answer that question,
But
Adam.
that's
Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
But that's not anthropomorphized, I guess. But
Well,
why,
that's
why
sort
do
of
you,
it.
why do you
They're
think,
all talking. They have a human system in place. They're doing stuff that normal animals would not do.
why do you think as storytellers is this used as a device?
I think it's easier to tackle big issues by drawing like comparisons to them.
Okay.
So like, for example, we talked about Zootopia earlier, and how it's a metaphor for race relations and the drug problem in Metro America. That works great under Disney, Pixar.
Disney.
Disney.
Is it Disney? Under the Disney umbrella of family friendliness. But if you take that and replace predators with blacks and preys with whites, and you make
You made everyone an actual person.
Yeah, the Night Howler turns to meth.
You get Crash.
That is no longer a Disney film.
That's
something much, much different.
Which I highly doubt
Yeah.
would have been made.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you think so? So do you think that I mean, clearly we can't tell. Let's just get. We don't want to put. We don't know unless we listen to the audio commentary interviews or whatever. We don't know. Let's just take an educated guess. The storytellers. Do you think he had that in mind, or he just had a kind of a subconsciously put that in there?
I think the overarching tones are too much for it not to be an allegory of some kind. And I think you see that in a lot of things. Like the Animal Farm is an allegory. Wizard of Oz is an allegory. A lot of these things...
Oh, what's Wizard of Oz allegory for?
Wizard of Oz is allegory for, I believe... I think it was the American Farm Association. So basically, Wizard of Oz, the whole storyline was...
Wait, the AFA? American Farm Association?
That's not the right thing, but it was an organization of farmers, and their rights weren't being represented by the government. So they basically went to the government saying, "Hey, help us." And the government's like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll help you," and then pass all this legislation that didn't help. So the idea is that the journey to the Emerald City is the people going to Washington D.C. or I don't even think it was American. It may have been a British thing, but they're going to the Capitol to protest. And they meet with the president, who's the Wizard of Oz, who can fix everything, and he has no power, and he's just a lie behind the curtain.
So what does the witch represent?
The witch, if I remember, this is a long time since high school history, but it was...
Man, you got to learn to put...
so this is true. This ain't like a fan theory.
No, this isn't fan theory.
Oh,
This is true.
You get to learn
okay.
cool shit in high school.
Yeah.
We're just like, here's the Civil War.
That's Quincy school system stuff.
Who won the Civil War?
The South.
Yeah, we talked
with the help of dinosaurs.
And we talked about all of this in
still would be a cool
in high school.
So who is the? I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Who the witch represent?
I believe the witch was representative of the populace who wanted to control the farmers, but didn't understand the farmers' needs.
So like the urban setting, and it's like they didn't understand. Like people complain about the truckers on the road, but if it wasn't for them, a lot of your crap, a lot of all our crap would not be. And I say crap because it's slang. A lot of our stuff wouldn't be getting to where it needs to be, but people bitch about semi trucks on the road.
Right.
So is that kind of what the witch is?
Yeah, kind of.
But I guess the lion is the anthropomorphized character in that.
And the Tin Man, because he's an anthropomorphized,
Fair enough. Okay.
And I guess Scarecrow to a certain perspective.
Okay.
But yeah, each of those characters are representative of an entire community of something that all wanted things to change. And basically, yeah, they went to the government, and the government's like, yeah, we'll help. We can't, and won't, or doesn't, and that kind of thing. So I think, yeah, a lot of those kind of things, the allegory is strong, and it creates a vessel for the message that...
Or another allegory, it's the spoonful of sugar that Mary Poppins gives you, because the medicine is the message, but it tastes so sweet going down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic analogy. I would absolutely agree with that. And I think you see that in a lot of things that the you see that in a lot of things where the message is exceptionally serious, and you need to get that message across to the youth so that they can take that message with them into something in the future.
Okay. Do you have some?
No, I was just reading about the Wizard of Oz.
You looked up like you're like, I got a point?
No.
Okay, sorry.
I like the other version of Wizard of Oz from Supernatural, but...
Okay, do you think Now, I do have a personal opinion on this, but I want to get your guys' opinion. Do you think kids understand this, or they're subconsciously getting these lessons, or they don't, like, it just... I mean,
Yes, yes. My son knows to stay away from drugs now because of Zootopia.
Or is he a Breaking Bad
He's
fan?
probably. There are times when he leaves the room and nobody knows where he's at. So who knows?
So, but I mean, do kids get that, or they? I mean, clearly they don't understand. I mean, a child of a certain age doesn't understand the social struggle of class systems and blah blah blah.
Well, that's not what Zootopia is trying to say. Like, oh, you got to be nice to the person because they're a different color.
Well,
it's not like that. It's more like have an open mind sort of thing.
Right, but I'm not necessarily talking about Zootopia. I'm just talking about the lessons.
Right.
I think it's just an easier way to do it. It's an easier way for, a kid's going to pay more attention to like a colorful cartoon movie compared to someone standing in front of them saying, hey, this is this and this is this, and this is the result. It's like, hey, look at this. This is shiny. Pay attention over here. You're going to pay more attention to that.
So they're subconsciously observing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, like, you can definitely pick up where you can see where those morality tales that we learn when we're younger kind of shape us. And, yeah, I don't think we do it consciously. I think we pick it up subconsciously. And, honestly, only recently have I, in the last, 3 or 4 years, have I gone, okay, I'm in this kind of situation, and then been like, oh, hey, this character from my childhood was in this situation once. Then it kind of clicked. I'm like, oh, this is what these cartoons are for.
And then you transformed and rolled out.
Sometimes I have, yes.
Have you ever in your head pictured what a human would look like? I picture in my head all the time what a human would look like transforming. I hear the bones cracking and the skin tearing, but I picture in my head what they would look like. No, but
what vehicle would you be if you were a Transformer?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know. I always go back to a plane of some kind.
Oh, I was going to say Starscream too. But I love the name Thundercracker. I don't think he's a good... He's not a good Transformer. But the name is really cool. I mean, I didn't mean good or bad. I mean, I don't think he was good at being bad. I think he was a crappy.
Oh, I really liked him. He was really interesting.
Watch now. Adam's gonna change his. Oh, I liked him too, Daniel.
No, I'm big on names like Thundercracker. Skywarp was cool.
Skywarp was pretty cool. I liked all the Seekers.
Yeah.
But I have a Transformer that I have made, and his name's Downstream, and he has a plane that is like a scientist.
Okay.
So.
No, I know, getting back to the question, I know you guys are going to laugh, but I'm a huge fan of the Masters of the Universe. I grew up watching the 84 series, and yes, it did help that his name was Prince Adam, so that made me really watch.
Lame.
But besides the fights I got in with my brothers, I've never been in a fight, and those lessons at the end of those shows really I really took to them a lot. And I know He-Man is an anthropomorphic. Because we were talking about lessons or whatever. And I know like Zootopia and Disney, they're a little more subtle, whereas He-Man and G.I. Joe, the Filmation stuff, they just kind of beat you over the head with it.
But Cringer's anthropomorphic, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Beastman.
No, not really.
He's like a Sasquatch type, like missing the link.
He's more of like a Neanderthal.
Be like Sasquatch, missing link.
But anyway, so those lessons, even like if I ever get a kid, I would make him watch the 84 series. I would tape open his eyes, Clockwork Orange style, and I would be like, learn these lessons.
There's a reason why you haven't met your second nephew yet.
You're going to be a master of the universe. What's his name?
Do you know the Master was actually originally the name for the bad guys?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Anyway, back on topic.
Tally-ho.
Oh, we did finally.
What are some ways to use them? I know we went over some, like just to make them talk. Let's make a cool sassy cat story. Let's just make them talk. I guess that's one way you could use them, right? Okay.
Can you make a sassy snake with a lisp?
We're getting to that. We're getting to that. I get
or now, gay snake, just be like.
Now with with that being said,
Snake.
I give
wait,
you a long
that's
head.
a character. What is that?
It's from a YouTube video, a viral video.
What is that? I've heard that.
I don't remember. It's just someone voicing over like a snake moving. And he's
Man,
doing
I
that.
am so old. I do not get the YouTube humor. Like, there's this YouTube thing where it's like, he looks like a croissant, and people just find that fucking hilarious. I'm like, what is it?
I don't know, but I'm sitting here. I laugh every time someone says poo, so
He looks like a croissant.
I can't really say anything.
But like this
We can
YouTube,
go to Candy Mountain.
this YouTube.
Oh God,
I will
no!
throw
Don't.
straight
That is
up.
stupid.
What is that? I don't know.
It's like two freaking unicorns, and one's named Charlie, and you shun the non. It's dumb. Don't waste your time.
Okay.
You need to waste your time.
No.
When you go home tonight, look up Charlie
Do
the
not.
Unicorn.
Okay.
No.
You will be the best 45 minutes of your
No.
life.
And
See,
there-
and that's why he's poo, because
and-
he's always happy about everything.
And there's another one that like all the young kids at work in the kitchen, they're like, he needs some milk. What the fuck? What does that mean? He's
Like,
some
I'm
YouTube thing.
I'm with you on that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments if you know what that one's about.
Please, or if not, don't.
Okay, so talking about some ways to use them, you can just make the character talk, and then you could put said character in the world with humans and just have them talk, give no reason. Characters don't really acknowledge it. Kind of like Brian Griffin, he just talks. There's really no acknowledgement of.
No, everybody can hear Brian. It's Stewie. Everybody can't understand.
But I guess in later seasons they've said he's a talking dog. But at first, no one really like, hey, this dog's talking. They just kind of it was a talking dog.
No one really freaks out about that, which is surprising because like they meet other dogs that can't talk, right?
Yeah.
Like in Scooby Doo.
So you can either just put that anthropomorphized character in there and don't acknowledge it, or you can give it a reason. Some of the reasons, like science gone wrong, right?
Yeah, those are always bad. Like, if you're gonna do it, just
Do it just because.
do it. Yeah, like this, like BoJack Horseman is a great example. Like, they don't need to explain.
But that whole world, no, is there humans in that story?
Yes.
Oh, there is. Yeah, because okay.
His
right.
daughter's human.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, but
Spoilers.
no, it's not.
He has a human daughter. I know that much.
No, it's a horse too.
Yeah,
No, no,
His
no.
dog is a horse.
Are you sure?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Fight!
fact check.
Okay. Are you talking about Sarah Lynn?
I don't know. All I knew is something that I don't want to say because it might be a spoiler.
I don't care.
Does she die?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
watch this show.
Okay, that's not his daughter.
It isn't?
No.
No,
I
his
heard
daughter doesn't
Jimmy-
die.
What? Okay. Never
unless
mind. Like,
it-
I don't watch the show. I just
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it was
so I-
clinging
I-
on to that 1 minute.
and
and I
I
thought
watch
I
it.
did.
Unless there's a new season out. Like I'm all the way caught up to.
No, he's talking about the scene when Sarah Lynn dies.
Oh no, that was his lover, wasn't it, or a friend?
Well, they screwed around a little bit, but yeah, they were.
It was like a Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan type character.
Yeah, she was the Mary Olsen on their version of Full House. She was the youngest daughter on the Full House that he was part of.
Oh, okay.
So she was a fellow actress.
Okay.
Okay,
So she was like a daughter, though.
He cared for her, yeah.
Okay, like a daughter? To a degree, after the
Only
fucking.
if you sleep with your daughter.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't have a daughter.
moving on from that topic quick.
Yeah, let's hurry up and get away from that.
That was bad.
Adam's
topic.
pretty weird, but he's moving on from that fucking so besides science gone wrong, maybe some sort of magic or fantasy element. Do you guys, is that, you being a D&D type guy, magic guy, what do you think about characters that are just fantasy element or?
Yeah, that's fine. Again, as long as you don't try and overthink it. Like the Catman I'm playing in my game.
What's his name?
The short version of his name is Vale.
What's the long version?
So his.
You sounded like the beginning to a Bad Touch from the Bloodhound game. Aha!
So his race is a race of cat people, and they
Well, so it's
name
not
their.
anthropomorphized then. If it's a race of cat people,
Well, yeah, they're cats that are stand on two legs and they have.
There could be
But-
more than just one in the universe.
well, we perceive them as cats, but they're their own sort of species.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
not a descendant from cats.
I mean, these people could be like, look at these hairless apes.
Yeah.
You know I have hair. I got hair on my arms.
I like.
Look at Robin Williams.
I really like. I'm being sincere here, dude. I'm not joking. I'm digging the widow's peak you got.
I got my hair cut earlier.
No. I'm being sincere. I dig the widow's peak. It's very. Bruce Wayne has a cool widow's peak. You know who else? Bela Lugosi. Good widow's peak. The king of widow's peak.
So rate his hair.
I give it.
You should see the glare from Tyler.
I give it a Bela Lugosi sideways 2 because Bela Lugosi slicks it back, but the widow's peak is on par with his widow's peak. I like it. I'm digging. I'm serious. I'm being
Good
serious.
Lord.
I'm not making fun of you.
All right.
I like it how it's tight on the side. I dig the tight on the sides look. I'm jealous of you two. How you can keep it wide on the side? I can't do that. I gotta be tight.
head fat.
No. Like I've always been jealous of guys. Like Tyler used to have his hair, like the hair that comes over the ears.
Used to?
He don't really keep it over the ears anymore.
Well,
But-
I don't do it out of choice. I do it to protect my ears.
I used to have Harry Potter hair.
Did you?
Goblet of Fire hair. Yep.
Oh, okay. We're getting way off topic. No more hair talk. Who brought up hair?
You did.
Moving
Who
on.
always brings up hair?
Let's go. Let's talk about sleeping with your daughter.
What?
I don't have a daughter.
None of us have daughters here. Anyone listening? None of us have daughters here, and we do not sleep with siblings. It was just a
You had to throw that point in.
apparently. So what's so cat people? What's the full Vale? Vale.
Yeah. So Vale.
Wait, is Vale the nickname?
Yeah, that's what he goes by.
Oh, okay, all right.
So his people they name their children. Basically, they get their names as their life evolves,
Okay.
and their first name is something that has happened to them in their life, and the last name is a location where they live.
So it's like kind of how people get their porn star name: your dog, your first dog, and your first address.
Kind of, yeah.
So what do you get?
Oh,
It's kinda,
South 39th Street.
It's kind of like no, your first dog. So your first dog would be Hamish. Your first dog, not your first family
Fine.
dog. He named his dog Hamish. It's got one eye. Cool
Hey
dog.
Mitch from the Hunger Games, not Hamish.
Oh, I thought you.
Hey, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Mitch.
No,
Like Hey Man from...
no. Woody Harrelson's character from the Hunger Games.
Okay. I'm good. Way out. Good widow speak. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, like, so it's kind of like, I guess it's more like the way this could be a stereotype, and I apologize for this, but kind of the way the Native Americans give their names to their children.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, there's a lot of stupid jokes to go with that, but is that true, or is that just a stupid joke?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Their names have a little bit more ceremony involved. With the race of the creatures called a tabaxi. And like for one of the examples they give is a left-handed hummingbird, where the first one is this cat is left-handed, and the second half is he lives where the hummingbirds live. So that's how he gets his name, left-handed hummingbird. So that's important to know the naming scheme for my character.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my character's full tabaxi name is Bloodied Roar, Misted Veil Beyond the Waterfall.
Okay. Bloody Roar. He was in a fight, bit somebody, and when he roared out of like just adrenaline, he had blood going everywhere.
Similar, yeah. He was a child, and his family got killed.
Okay.
And he was covered in blood, and they found him because he was roaring and screaming
And then
because his
he
family
became a
was
vigilante named Catman.
Not
Okay.
quite.
Okay. Well. Okay. So Bloody Roar. What was the other one?
Misted Veil Beyond the Waterfall.
Misted Veil Beyond the Waterfall. So he was behind a waterfall, and it was a misty veil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And
Okay.
so that's how he gets his name is Veil.
Okay. Moving real quick. Moving on. Tonight's topic is anthropomorphic. You guys have gotten way off topic.
If we want to, if we want to stay on this note, Cody is also playing the same creature
In a
that
different campaign.
In a different.
You're playing
game that
Bloody
we're playing.
Veil or Bloody Roar.
No, I'm not playing...
He's playing
I'm
a tabaxi, which is the cat
Oh,
person.
okay. What's your name?
Wandering Dune.
He was found wandering in a desert.
No. Damn. I live in a desert. That's where the dune's from, and wandering, I always wandered off.
Oh, he
Yeah,
loves
exactly.
the sci-fi property Dune.
No.
Sandworms.
No one does. Okay.
Oh, shots fired.
What medium? Wait, was that really a YouTube thing? What did I do? What happened?
Sorry, that just gives you.
We finally got him! We got him!
Did we break Tyler? What happened?
Keep going.
Okay.
Back on track.
What medium are anthropomorphic characters most used? I got video games and comic books, I would think. Most used.
Cartoons.
Yeah, I would go cartoons.
Yeah.
I think there's just a billion anthropomorphized and personified animals in cartoons.
Do you think it's just easier to tell? It's just, or is it? Or I mean, not all cartoons are a framing device for a deep social story that they want. Do you think it's just easy? Kids are like, look at the talking bunny.
Well, yeah, you got Scooby-Doo, Hong Kong Phooey, Jabberjaw, the cat from Funky
Top Hat.
Phantom. Yeah, Garfield. It's just kids like animals.
Okay.
And also a good vehicle for those lessons, because even
Yeah.
like all of those shows and Danger Mouse and Heathcliff and Yogi Bear and
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle, Street Sharks, all of those cartoons, like they still have some form of lesson built into them in some capacity.
Adventure Time, Jake the dog.
Okay, so that
Mickey
goes.
Mouse.
Is that voiced by Joe DiMaggio? Jake the dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This goes along with my next question. Can these characters be used to tell a story that isn't a children's story, or used without, like Ted? Ted's an adult story, but it's used for comedic effect. Can you tell like a hard-hitting crime drama, a heart-pounding horror film, a sweet rom-com?
Well, they
I mean,
don't sell as well, but there's
I mean,
been
you
examples
literally-
out there.
I mean, you literally can, but I mean, can you tell it to where people actually dig it? Yeah, you think you could?
I think you could. I think there are routes you could go. It's just a matter of establishing it. I mean, you can see that with hard-hitting crime. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That one does that fairly well, and it has a nice mystery. Still at its heart a comedy, but it gets it done.
Falling Out Friendships, Scooby-Doo. The first movie, their
That's
friendship
a
broke out.
That's a children's thing, though.
That was definitely not meant for children.
But it was a child's movie. I mean, could you tell a Schindler's List? I guess that's Animal Farm. Never mind.
Yeah, that's Animal Farm. The one about the supermarket.
Sausage Party.
Oh,
Sausage Party.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a raunchy sex comedy.
That was.
But that's
Yeah.
that's kind of. Can you tell a horror film with anthropomorphic? Not to take away someone's homework, but let's leave your homework out of it. Can you tell a horror story with? Has it been done?
What about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
That's comedic. Also, George Clooney was in that.
Is it comedic because it's so bad it's
no,
funny?
it's comedic because it was meant to be comedic.
I don't know. Like, it's one of those frame of mind things. You could probably still do it. Like, oh, you make the super serious movie anyway, but at the end of the day, like, oh, that bunny's getting killed by another bunny.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Like, I don't, like...
I
So-
spelled anthropomorphic wrong, and that came up.
So
A lot
there's
of weird things.
So this framework has limitations to what an audience will allow the story to be told within.
Possibly. Cody, you're the big anime guy here. I think if we're going to find a horror anthropomorphic something that exists, it's going to be in the Japanese subculture. So is there an anime that will fit that bill?
Well, there's a bunch of...
Spell anthropomorphic.
ANTHROPOMORPHIC. Anthropomorphic.
All right.
There's an M in there somewhere. I believe.
Because Google just... I typed in anthropomorphic horror movie, and it came up with anthropomorphic biblio...
Teika?
No.
That's Spanish
Peggy.
for... That's
Peggy something. And it's about binding books and skins. Human skin.
Oh.
On your note, Cody, back to anime.
Really, there's nothing that comes to mind when it's just like, oh, it's just a completely humanized animals or something like that. There's always humans in it.
Oh, that literally just hit me. Sorry.
Oh.
The cover for that Grant Morrison comic book, We with a 3 on it.
Okay.
It had like a bunny and some sort of mech suit, and it had like a rhino and a mech suit. I have no idea what the story is. The cover just hit me. I thought maybe you guys would know. Okay, sorry.
So what about Watership Down?
Oh, that. Oh, God. Like, I have never seen that. Just from what I've seen, that is a horrible movie that should not have been made for kids.
I mean,
That's like a Schindler's List style
Yeah.
movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, do they talk in that, or is it just rabbits?
They
doing rabbit
it's
things?
it's
they
rabbit
talk.
doing
Do
rabbit
they?
things,
It's
but they are talking.
personified, but yeah, that works.
I think there's literally
There's the Secret of Nim.
Oh yeah, Secret of Nim.
That's a dark movie. I don't really consider that a comedy.
Well, yeah, that does have a a lot of dark tones.
What is it? It's the other. It's similar to that movie. It's where the
Golden Compass.
no
The Dark Crystal,
no. It's a cartoon.
the Black Cauldron.
It's where all these people meet with this badger, and they have to go and they have to get a special plant to save this other badger.
Oh, I know what.
It's where it has a really depressed ending because all the parents come back and all their kids are happy, and this one little girl's waiting for her parents to come back, and they're like, sorry, they're dead and they're staying dead.
I know exactly what he's
I'll look
talking
that
about.
up.
I can't
It's-
remember the damn title.
Because it had freaking Leonardo da Vinci
Like,
wing-a-thing. That's literally what they call it, a wing-a-thing.
Oh yeah. Look it up. I don't know.
Like,
So as we basically talked about, I guess there really are no limits to this way of storytelling. A good story is a good story, whether it's a mouse or a crocodile or a human. As if you're telling a good story, I guess you can enthrall.
Once Upon a Forest.
yes.
I have no idea. Okay.
Never heard of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think there are limitations. There are not limitations. I think the media can do things. I think the barrier is that hurdle to make it work in that style. So I think you just have to be creative with the barriers that come up with anthropomorphic animals, and that's the fact that you're going to lean towards a comedy. That they lean towards kids films. They lean towards lightheartedness. So you have to almost overcorrect that to make it function the way that you want it to.
Okay, yeah, so besides the rare exceptions, they're mainly raunchy comedies or children's fare.
Well, I mean,
or
it's-
adult family-oriented fare.
I mean, if you were going to do an anthropomorphic horror movie, can you really think of something where you could make it scary?
we might have someone who could
Oh, crap.
in tonight's homework.
Okay.
Before we get to tonight's homework, are there certain animals that you can't use anthropomorphically, or if used, they have to be used a certain way? I'm assuming like a shark is usually seen as the bad guy.
Not in Finding Nemo. Well, not all the way in Finding Nemo.
A snake is usually the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, are there certain animals that you can't use? I'm talking about the animal kingdom, insects, anything. Is there a certain creature that you just... Could you anthropomorphize a spider?
They've done
Charlotte's Web.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what about...
Also, he was in a Muppet Christmas Carol. There was a spider that was buying the goods in the future.
Yep.
So I guess there isn't an animal you could...
Well, like, you guys remember Arthur, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what was he? He was like
he was an anteater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they changed his look up to make it easier to draw. Basically, instead of actually making an anatomically correct anteater, they just had him have a rounded face instead of the long snout.
So like with the spider, they turned the feature. So that was my point. Are there most animals that are turned anthropomorphically, or that are used, are ones with faces, right?
To a degree.
Or ones we can perceive as a face. Or so if you use like a spider, you almost have to turn the head. You almost have to manipulate the head to make it more human-like, more face-like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the spider in Muppet Christmas Carol, for example, only had 2 eyes.
Yeah. Wore a hat. You know.
I have to rewatch that. I don't remember that character at all.
Yeah, he's not in it for very long, but it scares Michael Caine.
So I guess there isn't a creature. You just
It's up to the imagination of the people who's making it and the people perceiving it, I think.
some of them you may have to manipulate to have it more face-like.
Yeah, and I think if you want a good spectrum, check out BoJack Horseman, because if you just look at the images, they have anthropomorphized pretty much every animal you can imagine. Mosquitoes, flies, dung beetles, everything into something else.
Don't watch the Bee movie. Horrible movie.
The Jerry Seinfeld movie?
Yes, horrible movie.
What's the plot to that?
Isn't
He
like
sues the
fallen-
United States. He
Yes.
sues the government for using honey, not giving
Yeah.
royalty fees
Yep,
or whatever.
and he falls in love with a human.
And then
Yeah.
dies a week later.
He
Because
does?
the average life of a bee
Oh, yeah.
is about less than a year, I think.
Okay, so moving on. Animals are commonly used. What are some non-animal characters that are anthropomorphized?
Brave
Fire.
Little Toaster.
I got the Brave Little Toaster too. Okay, I didn't look at any of these. I just want to try to come up with what I can off the top of my head. Brave Little Toaster.
Thomas the Train Engine.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh my god.
Cars.
Was that the one George Carlin was in?
Yes.
That was okay.
No, I thought.
Wasn't he the conductor at that? Was that George Carlin, or did he just look like George Carlin?
I thought it was Ringo Starr.
Fuck, maybe it was Ringo Starr. What are some other? I got
Cars.
car. Okay, I got the World of Sausage Party, obviously. Kool-Aid Man,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and the last one I could come up with top of my head was Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I forgot about that show.
Pee-wee's Playhouse had like an animated couch and chair.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Fishburne got to start on that show. Fishy.
Beauty and the Beast.
They had both animals and very progressive.
What would those be? Would Beauty and the Beast be anthropomorphic because they're humans turned into objects?
But they have human-like characters. And Luminaire.
Because they are human.
No, what he means is they didn't just become. It's a straight up teapot that didn't have a voice or could move around. It was able to still sort of move around and speak.
But I thought that'd be the same thing. Never mind. I retract my statement.
Okay. Is there, any other ones real quick before we move on that y'all like or can think of?
Nothing I can think of. Oh, the car in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Benny?
Oh yeah.
Taxi.
To what effect are they? Are they used basically the same way as animals are used? Just a different storytelling device.
I think so. I can't think of anyone that was done really differently.
I guess almost like non-animals could be used easier to tell a non-children's story maybe.
I think it's easier to show violence to the non-animal things you
Yeah, what's
anthropomorphize.
that horror movie Snyder's always talking about? Deathbed or whatever?
Oh yeah, Deathbed.
Was that
Would
anthropomorphic?
Toy Story count?
Oh, I was thinking about Toy Story.
I mean, there's plenty of fan theories that say that they're, alive for other multiple reasons, but would that count as anthropomorphic objects?
I would think because they're basically just.
Or would that
humps
be
of
more that humanized thing?
I mean, because there's a reason why
personification? Oh, yeah.
I haven't thrown away any of my toys besides the fact that I don't want to, and Toy Story would be one of them.
Because what if they come back?
I don't know. I don't want to piss them off.
Toy Story just became a horror movie.
Okay. So we talked about the animals. We talked about non-animals. Let's go to tonight's homework. Who would like to go first?
Not
Tyler?
it.
Cody.
Cody, you
goes
first. Tyler, so tonight's homework, I Facebook messaged the members of DCP.
Yes, some of us twice.
and I gave them
2 in one night. That's pretty good.
I gave them an animal and a genre of film that they had to.
Give me an animal.
So I gave them an animal and a genre that they had to use, and plus the second part, I gave them a quick. How do you want to say it? Like an idea that they had to replace a certain IP with something. So Snyder's not here, but he gave me his. Cody and Snyder got an animal that they had to anthropomorphize. Tyler and Daniel got a non-animal that they must anthropomorphize. You want me to read Snyder's first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's a good
do.
starting point. Let's do
All
that.
right.
Since he's not here,
We'll make
that
fun
way.
of Snyder first.
Okay, so Snyder, he got. We made fun of Daniel for a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Hey,
So I'll tell you after the show. It's not appropriate. Okay.
the hell?
So Snyder's homework.
Wait Wait a minute.
So this is me messaging Snyder. Snyder, your homework is to anthropomorphize the groundhog into a Judd Apatow style stoner dick and fart joke style movie. The second part is
That's Caddyshack, basically.
the second part is Keanu Reeves dies tragically, but they want to continue with the John Wick franchise. What animal would be perfect as John Wick?
His dog.
So, this is what he said. My Judd Apatow movie is Groundhog Days with a Z. Okay, it's a stoner flick / gross out comedy take on the Bill Murray movie. The groundhog keeps running the same day over and over again and gets bored, so he just gets super high every day and does really shitty / gross pranks on his buddies and those in his life to entertain himself, since he knows they won't remember it the next day until the groundhog learns a valuable lesson in the meaning of family / friendship and gets out of the spiral.
Okay.
All right.
Which I'm curious, so is it just a groundhog in a human world, or is it they're all animals?
It sounds like a groundhog in a groundhog world.
Oh, I wonder what that would be like. Dark, I suspect, right? Don't they live underground?
Well, they make massive underground cavern cities.
Gotcha.
I don't want to... No, you cannot turn this idea into the DC universe.
Anyway,
With you wanting to make everything dark.
so here's
No one?
I got it.
the pooh hit the fan on that one.
Aww.
Keanu
Jesus.
gets replaced by a groundhog or a greyhound. He kind of looks like one. That
He says that is great.
that or a golden poison dart frog. That would make more sense for the John Wick character, though.
Yeah, no, I think it has to be the dog. Like, I want it to be the dog one. Like Tyler said, his dog replaces him. You're like, you killed my human.
Yeah, there you go.
But the puppy died. Oh, he got a dog at the end of the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet. All right, who's up now? That was Snyder. Cody's up. So give us your homework and then what
All
your
right.
answer was.
I'm gonna do, since I got 2 parts, I'll do the first one, which is animal in the setting.
Okay.
My was to anthropomorphize a squirrel in a setting of a horror film.
Okay.
Okay. So I got this idea. We have Squirrel City. Squirrel City, everything's made of wood. Basically,
That's
it's like
nuts.
they make
Damn it! I was waiting till a point I could get that in, you ass.
Sorry.
Skyscrapers are just basically hauled out trees.
Oh, I like this.
So on and so forth. But I'm going to have it set as there's a serial arsonist in town. And it's just going to be sort of a rock sort of drama, Ladder 49, where it's somebody dealing with the aftermath of all these homes, stores and all this stuff burning, because this one squirrel just likes to see stuff burn, and the pretty lights. And then we had the one joke, my nuts are burning!
Wait, could there be a scene in it where like our hero firefighter squirrel is being mentored by like the veteran or like the captain, and they're talking about this arsonist, and the captain's like, some squirrels just want to see the world burn.
No, I have something better, actually.
Oh, God.
The twist of this whole thing is that the arsonist is actually the chief firefighter.
Oh.
For years, he is I'm stealing this book from one of my favorite books because I think it's just an awesome idea.
Okay.
For years, he has talked about we need more fire safety. Like everybody just thinks everything's going to be fine and dandy forever and ever.
Backdraft.
That's it.
Is that bad? Oh, Kurt Russell was the arsonist.
Okay. Well,
What book were you talking about?
it's a book from my childhood. I can't remember it, but it had
Did
the
you
same
just say it was
plot.
one of your favorite books?
It's Backdraft, the junior novelization.
No, it was a fantasy setting.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, anyway, I like that twist, and like everybody's never prepared for any of this stuff, so he's getting them prepared. And there's the reason we have the fire brigade in the first place, and just fire after fire after fire.
Okay, that's cool. I like the idea of the wood stuff.
Yeah, I like it too.
I would watch that movie. That sounds pretty sweet, actually.
So are we doing animated, or are we doing real life CG with trained squirrels?
From what I've learned from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory commentary, the one with Johnny Depp, it's almost impossible to train squirrels because of how short their memory span is.
Don't touch that squirrel's nuts.
There's squirrels in
the remake with Johnny Depp.
Oh, because they're hauling out Veruca Salt.
They throw it down the garbage chute.
Yeah.
The little brute.
I like it. So what's your second part of the homework?
My second part is Daniel Craig doesn't want to be James Bond anymore. They're going to turn him into an animal. What animal would make James Bond? All right. So I decided just to do this mathematically.
Oh.
Okay, so he is Agent 007. 00 part we're going to go. The 7 part, that's the big thing.
Okay.
So what's the 7th letter of the alphabet?
G.
I am so glad you both did that because I had to do that myself.
Oh, you did that too?
Yeah, we counted on our fingers.
G. So
I'm glad it wasn't a really high number. His shoes would have came off and.
Well, anyway, we got G as 7 of their alphabet, so I decided to find an animal with the letter G.
Okay.
Obvious choices are giant anteater.
Obviously.
Obviously. That's exactly where I went
I'm a little disappointed you went to the obvious route, Cody.
Well, obvious, yes. But you get to thinking about this. He's got ways to defend himself. He's got his giant claws, and he's anthropomorphized. That means he's able to walk upright, and he's got the claws to do the fight and slash people, throw it out to fight. He's also got the long tongue, which I think is longer than his entire body. So it's about, if he's a 6-foot anteater, he now has a 6-foot long tongue.
If this is going towards the Bond girl direction, I'm going to.
Oh, Money Penny is going to be fantastically happy.
Well, I thought about going the dirty route, but no, I just imagine this one scene where he's sticking it, instead of actually using the lockpick, because his hands don't require, he sticks his tongue through the lock and actually uses the tongue just to unlock the door or pressing the keypad on the other side.
So what would be his first arch villain? God, what's the nemesis of an anteater?
His first arch villain is actually going to be an organization called A Legion.
A Legion?
A Legion.
Okay.
Ant Legion.
I like it.
Okay. And it's just going to be like, I'll volunteer for this mission.
It's a British anteater.
It's James Bond.
007. What was you expecting?
I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't see it. I don't know, man. I was thrown off guard by that one.
Well, he's also African American. No, what's the British term for an African American?
African Brit?
African Brit. He's African Brit, actually, since anteaters come from Africa.
I think they just call them people. They're a lot nicer over there in Britain.
This shows how ignorant I am
you're
of
gay,
the world.
then they don't like you.
So I'm just going to say he is black. But he's got the British accent, and he's, I think, $1 million franchise.
I'm actually digging. All right.
Didn't think I put that much thought into it.
No, I really liked it. All right, you two.
Go.
Goobers.
No.
All right,
Okay.
Daniel's up. He's
All right.
pissed at me because I switched it on him.
Yes. So
Switched mine too.
So
Oh, I did, didn't I?
I spent a lot more time on the first one.
Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed about this because my homework did change last minute. It changed yesterday.
You're more than welcome to do both.
Okay, I might do both. So mine is I have to anthropomorphize a wheelbarrow and another inanimate garden or garage item into a rom-com. So
Romeo and
What?
Juliet.
yes. So
Adam!
so
What were you
the first
fucking
thing
smoking? I just see Emily like, it'll be a good idea for Daniel?
Well, he did the Pixar method.
A fucking wheelbarrow!
Wait. A fucking wheelbarrow or a wheel? Never mind.
Both.
We're getting to that, Tyler. We're getting to that.
Oh, is this a dirty rom-com?
I mean it's yes, it's probably on the rated R.
Yes, I'm so glad you
So it's going to be set in a little farmhouse, and the wheelbarrow is our female lead for the movie.
I did not see that one coming. I pictured
Please
male. I'm
tell me
sexist.
there's a plow in this.
No, I hadn't thought about that. Actually, that's a great
man.
idea.
We're not as dirty as you.
Yeah, right.
The perspective of the movie is told through the hoe, that
The male hoe.
The male hoe that is, the farmer does his thing. He hoes with the.
Whoa. So there's humans.
Yes.
Okay. Do they know that these items are alive?
No, it's kind of like Toy Story, where
Gotcha.
it's they animate when the humans aren't.
I just want to picture it. I'm there now.
Okay.
I'm there. I'm right there.
All right, so farmer goes out to the
You
field, uses the hoe, breaks up the ground, takes the shovel, shovels the dirt into the wheelbarrow, dumps the wheelbarrow out. So
Is that the equivalent to the money shot? Oh fuck! I am interrupting you. I'm
you
sorry.
are.
Okay.
So we are that's kind of the sequence of the farmer's life, and through the course of the movie, we're going to show that scene 4 or 5 dozen times. We're going to show that scene a lot. That it's okay. Use the hoe, shovel into the thing, and so on and so forth. And then while the farmer's gone,
The love triangle.
the hoe is going to be kind of like, hey, talking to the wheelbarrow because he's got a crush on the wheelbarrow, but she's with the shovel because the shovel
Fucking
keeps
slut.
a little much.
Sorry. I'm in it. I'm really digging it. I'm invested. I'm a little hurt.
Yeah. So eventually, so like she won't get with the hoe because she's with the shovel, because the shovel and the wheelbarrow.
We got
If you
it.
couldn't guess what hand motion he made, take a second and think about it.
Yeah, make a wheelbarrow with one hand, a shovel with the other, and put the dirt.
That's like throwing a
Into
hot dog
the-
down a hallway. Come on, that can't be enjoyable for anybody.
Depends. Depends what you're into.
Are you the hot dog or the hallway?
It depends.
What you're into.
On my mood.
So then the
That's why I stopped saying my last name on this podcast.
I don't mention my name at all.
so eventually we get to the point where the farmer accidentally breaks the shovel.
Ow.
And has to throw the shovel away, and there's this big emotional moment where the wheelbarrow's all upset because the shovel's dead, broken, thrown away, whatever, and the hoe goes to comfort her, and the next day the farmer has to do his daily chores. He doesn't have an option, so he begrudgingly uses the hoe to scoop the dirt into the wheelbarrow that day.
That sucks, by the way.
That does suck. He should have got on the show.
Yeah, and then
You'd think he'd have more than one shovel.
And then, he leaves
been
after
faithful.
doing that, and the hoe is super happy, and the wheelbarrow's like, okay, well, maybe we can make this work. And the end of the movie is the farmer coming home with a new shovel.
Oh, twist.
Yes.
What a twist.
Now, wait a minute. Now, let me picture this. Are we doing live action? Or are we doing animation? Or
I see it mostly as animation in my head.
okay, do the wheelbarrows, when the humans are around it, they got like little googly eyes that come up?
Yes.
And then like the things you hold on to, and then it goes down to the wheel. Does that become the mouth, or does the
No, the eyes are up near the handle.
Oh, the
so
eyes?
so
Oh.
when you hold the handle up, the eyes see
oh, so
forward.
when they put the
Yeah.
so where's the eyes? The eyes are on the hoe. They're on the,
The eyes are at the top as well.
and then the mouth is on the.
On the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because again, the illustration you're going for.
Right, I got you.
Okay.
So
Again, imagine that same hand movement.
Man, that hoe has got to be really jealous of that shovel at the end of the day.
voice talents wise, who are we picturing?
I feel like the
I want the shovel. Can I just throw this in there?
Sure.
I know this. I'm an executive producer. I mean, you're the director and writer. I'm an executive producer. Shovel.
Okay.
Kevin Conroy.
Yes, I'm into that.
Okay, cool.
The hoe is going to be voiced by some kind of like wormy like comedian. Jerry Seinfeld sticks in my head, but it could be anyone that's kind of Jerry Seinfeld-esque.
Steve Buscemi.
I could see Steve
I'm
Buscemi.
always
I'd be
throwing
down
Steve
for that.
Buscemi. Cody says Steve Buscemi. You're like, yeah, I say, it. And you're like, shut up, Adam.
Yeah, he fits this. He's not Thanos.
Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi could be Thanos.
Yeah, in
So-
another universe, maybe.
The wheelbarrow is.
Miley Cyrus.
No, I would want her to be a black actress in my head. That's how I hear the voice.
The chick that was the head of Task Force X. Amanda Waller.
the character who played, or the actress who played Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
I could
Which
get,
version?
in the movie, live action?
Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fine. I
Oprah.
can get behind that. Oprah would be fine. The lady who plays Tasty in Orange Is the New Black would be fine. I can see her fitting
Okay.
fairly well.
Okay. Who you got the farmer? Jason Statham?
The farmer wouldn't have a speaking role, I don't think.
Farmer be what?
Wouldn't have a speaking role.
Oh, just like just pull out. Oh no, non-speaking role.
If
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
non-speaking role, I want there to be like the most famous actor you can think of, where everyone just expects him to talk every time he comes in, and he
Oh,
just doesn't say anything.
Didn't South Park do that with George Clooney or something?
Yeah.
They made him the dog.
Oh, okay.
You get like anytime a guest star on South Park, they
Make
have
it
him
Morgan
do an
Freeman,
animal.
because everybody's gonna want Morgan Freeman to talk.
Oh, yeah. There
And
we
like
go.
they'll be like on the edge of the seat, like the farmer's gonna say something, and like that sweet velvety chocolate voice, and then
He gets ready to say something, and then like the classic black.
yeah,
The only thing he says is when the shovel breaks. And he says something like, damn. Or just one word, that's all you get.
So
Or well, shit.
what?
you either get busy buying a shovel.
Busy dying.
So what art style we looking? You talking
You get busy buying a shovel, or you
Disney,
get busy hoeing.
Pixar, the Seth MacFarlane style?
I think we're going to go with the CG Seth MacFarlane style, kind of like Sausage Party.
Okay.
I think that's the direction we're going to go with that.
Cody waits to the very end of the podcast to switch chairs.
What?
Okay. Well, second part of the homework, or do you want to do your other one?
Yeah, we'll do the second part of the homework. We have time for my original assignment, which I was very proud of.
Oh, I want to hear.
We
it.
will we'll get to that.
Okay.
So the second part of my assignment is New Line Cinema has decided to jump the shark. Kids are not afraid of dream demons anymore. Anthropomorphize any inanimate object from the teenager's bedroom to Stockton as Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
So,
Vibrator.
that was my first thought as well. And there was two versions of this movie. There was an X-rated movie, and there was an R-rated movie.
But I mean, come on. Besides, I know pegging is in right now, but what teenage boy is going to have a vibrator in their bed?
It doesn't start with a teenage boy. It starts with a teenage girl.
Oh, you're going with a girl. Okay, so we are going to vibrator out.
Like I said, I had two for this one. The vibrator, which was the obvious dick and fart joke, where people are getting pounded to death. And yes, that was. So that happened. The actual thing that I designed that is not the tee-hee, I'm 12 answer to that question.
Sorry.
Is I was going to make it a skateboard, and we're going to start with
The thing that Cody never had.
guy or girl. It could be either. It really kind of take your pick. And the skateboard comes to life after it gets basically like the kid comes home from school, and we're gonna go play. And the skateboard gets all excited, and the kid picks up the skateboard, and the skateboard's like, yeah, we're gonna play on the skateboard for the first time in a long time, and the kid just chucks the skateboard and getting it out of the way so we can get to a video game or something. And then the skateboard gets pissed, and the skateboard's like, fine, you're not gonna play with me, I'm gonna play with you.
Oh,
and
that
accidentally kills
Oh,
the kid.
I was seeing still keeping Freddy Krueger, but Freddy Krueger goes into an item, but you're just getting rid of Fred completely and having the skateboard have its own.
Look, he's changing it on you.
Sure,
again.
and maybe you can make it Freddy Krueger as somehow possessed the skateboard, but yeah, my thing was, skateboard is, the spirit within all inanimate objects finally comes out and is like, all right, I'm pissed. And in its effort to try and get the kid to play with it, he accidentally trips him down some stairs and kills him. So then
he gets the craving. He gets a craving. For
Then he gets the
blood.
craving. Gotcha. That felt good. I'm going to keep doing it until finally they find a way to ease the spirit of the skateboard by hitting it with basketball or something.
Tony Hawk comes in. Are we thinking longboard or your classic style board?
I would say the a short beginner skateboard.
What if you did the cheapo Walmart one that had been passed down in the family? So it's
Oh,
years of just
yeah.
being abandonment,
Oh yeah,
passed down from brother, here, I don't want this crap anymore. And finally it's
Yeah.
had enough.
Got it. Okay. All right. I like it. Tyler?
Yeah.
Mine's gonna suck. Alright. So, imagine if you will, a jungle setting.
Wait. What's your homework?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
You'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's a jungle setting. You hear the strum of a guitar, and it starts playing CCR's Fortunate Son. You're in wartime Vietnam.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You,
What it was. I remember now.
forgot what it was.
I remember now.
So you got a chopper flying over.
Wait, a what?
A chopper.
A what?
Chopper.
Thank you.
Asshole. So then the chopper's flying over, and all of a sudden, over CCR's beautiful lyrics, you just hear like the thanks, Cody. You hear a missile coming up, blows up the chopper, and then cuts to black.
Okay.
So then you've got one scene, which is a POW camp with your human captives.
Okay.
And then your other scene is where the story unfolds with the main character, who is a government-issued, military-grade spork.
Spork.
So the spork is under just as much torture, but instead of the Viet Cong torturing it, it is the food that the moldy rice patties that the Viet Cong is serving to the prisoner. So this spork is being tortured because it has to force feed its partner, the POW, this disgusting food, which is not keeping him alive anymore, which is slowly killing him.
Oh yeah.
And so then at night, when he's left alone, he's trying to tunnel out of the kitchen area where he's kept and get to his soldier. So then the whole time this is happening, it's just back and forth of like, you've got the POW, and he's like, just slowly withering away, and the spork's just like, I can't do this anymore. Like I don't want to do this to you. And then it's just he's Andy Dufresne his way. So then the final
two Shawshank references tonight.
So then the final scene is, the food comes back to get to the spork, and the spork's gone. They find the tunnel, and then it cuts to the POW. They kick in the door, and they go up to the guy, and the guy musters all the strength he can, and he tries to stand up, and then that's when the spork pops up. He grabs the spork, and he kills his captors, and you find out that, and I came up with this before the weekend, the POW was John McCain.
Nice.
Oh, very good homage.
There you go.
Okay, so is the chopper being shot down? Is that the soul of the buddy being in the spork?
No, the spork is
Its own
right there.
its
The
own
spork,
person.
if you zoomed in before you knew it was anthropomorphic, the spork is like right there in the pocket, and it's covering up the dude's name, so you don't know who the dude is.
Yeah.
So that it goes down with him, and so they figure, hey, what's a better they're not going to have eating utensils in the desert and in the middle of the jungle, so they're just like, here, use this, and then they take it away because they know it's a weapon.
Okay. Are we live action?
Yes.
How you gonna do the spork, like claymation stop motion style? Or?
Yeah. No, like it has a voice, but there's no mouth, nothing to it.
Oh, so the audience hears it.
Yeah, the audience hears it.
A fitting tribute to John McCain.
There you go.
And what was your second? Slow clap. What was your second part of your
The
homework?
second one sucked, and it was everyone's sick of Channing Tatum, so now I have to...
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, fine. I have to come up with an inanimate object to replace Channing Tatum
That's
in the
not
next...
what I said.
What is it?
Tatum Channings.
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
I thought it was funny.
No. Use an inanimate object to replace Channing Tatum in the next Magic Mike. I didn't read it well enough, so I came up with the story of... There's two versions. One is Channing Tatum is replaced by a panda because pandas are overweight, and it's the third Magic Mike further down the road, and so like he gets drugged back into the striptease world, but no one wants to pay to see an overweight panda, so he's got to work out.
I think you thought of panda because you were doing that Vietnamese story.
Yeah, and then I was thinking, I quickly Googled the plot of Magic Mike.
Dude, don't stop lying. It's all cool. You like watching Magic Mike.
Honestly, I've never seen it. And my wife loves Channing
love-
Tatum, and she's never seen it either.
Magic Mike's good. Magic Mike XL is not worth your time.
Okay, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
So apparently he's like a furniture builder.
Yeah.
And so in the third installment of Magic Mike, Mike is tragically shot and killed, but not before he falls on his favorite chair and his soul goes into the chair.
So we're Jack Frost
And
and
there's
his mother.
yeah, and there's some set of creepy people out there that want to see a chair like fling close off itself.
There is, buddy.
And there you go. Magic Mike 3.
What kind of, are you talking like a lazy boy?
Four legs to stand on.
We're talking like a lazy You even came up with the tagline. I love it. I don't even want to add to that. Okay. Any more?
No, please go.
Okay, moving on to tonight's closing trivia.
Wait, do we have time for Daniel's other one?
We got all the time in the world.
Sure. Okay, I'll just do the first half because that's the part I'm really proud of. The second half is pretty garbage. So my homework is to anthropomorphize a cockroach set in the genre of a rom-com.
I'm definitely glad that you finished the cockroach part. I was like, fuck, Adam, you sick bastard.
And the second part's the animal Kruger into an animal thing. But I was actually really happy about the cockroach as a rom-com because I had an idea and I kind of liked it. Basically it's kind of like Bug's Life where you have like kind of zoomed in and they're very, very human type bugs.
Okay. Bipedal?
Yeah, bipedal, but it looks like a cockroach, does cockroach things, completely bipedal, and, like, sleeps in a bed, gets out, he's got, like, a refrigerator that works, he pulls out, like, the things that cockroaches
Tell me he lives
eat.
in, like, one of those cockroach hotels that people put down at the bottom of the floor.
You never see where he lives.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, he has, like, a home, and he goes to work, he has, like, clothes and stuff, and his job is to find food for their cockroach colony that he lives in, so every day he goes to work and looks at the maps and kind of plots courses and stuff, and he thinks he plots a course to some food, and he takes it to his boss and says, hey, there's going to be a lot of really good food here, and his boss is like, no, it's too dangerous. So he's like, well, screw you. If I get this food, I'm in line for the next promotion, so I'm going to go get the food. So he goes out and grabs another intern that works with him that is trying to get her name out, and it kind of turns into the Romancing the Stone-esque like storyline adventures. They're going through the wilderness and danger stuff happens, and eventually they get to the end and they fall in love, and he finds a Twinkie. And he's like, this is it. This is our golden chalice. This is our holy grail. This is the Twinkie that we were looking for. So they take the Twinkie, get back home. They're all celebrated as heroes, and they fall in love. And as they are kind of getting the accolades of their Twinkie thing, it kind of zooms out on this kind of ruined, blasted landscape. And it's all post-apocalyptic because the only two things that survived are cockroaches and Twinkies.
Oh man, because I was gonna say, I was like, can I come up with a tagline? Because before you were gonna do the post-apocalyptic, I was like, the tagline could be, "Not even nuclear bomb can tear their love apart."
That's perfect.
So, okay, are you picturing the Madagascar hissing cockroach or the more? Because they're kind of like the stereotypical looking cockroach. Or are you picturing like the little small ones?
No, the stereotypical, the giant hissing cockroach type thing.
Voice actors, real quick.
I think Sarah Silverman for the female cockroach.
Did not see that coming. Okay.
For the male cockroach, I feel like that should be like someone like Jack Black or Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, just because I like Seth Rogen's laugh.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay, I like it.
As long as they can keep from if Seth Rogen can keep from Seth Rogening it up, I think it'll be fine.
So you're picturing no stone weed jokes.
Yeah. Definitely relax on the weed jokes and go back to acting. If he can't do it, Jonah Hill might work.
Skinny Jonah Hill or fat Jonah Hill?
Fat Jonah Hill.
What about McLovin? Could he do it?
I think he's too deadpan.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's the other one? He was in Scott Pilgrim.
Michael Cera?
Michael Cera.
Oh, Michael Cera would work. I would take Michael Cera for that.
Okay. All right. Okay, closing trivia, guys. Closing
We get
trivia.
2 trivias? Oh my god.
We always do.
We get 2 trivias every single. I don't remember ever having 2 trivias.
That was your trivia. How many trivias do we get per thing?
So we're gonna have 2 trivias from now on every episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll hold you to it.
Name the show or character from the theme song lyrics.
All right.
Remember, they all goes along with tonight's topic.
The
okay?
Tick.
Cloud of smoke and he appears, the master of surprise. Who's that cunning man behind the shadowy disguise? Nobody knows for sure, but bad guys are out of luck.
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Number 2, he's got style, a groovy style, and a car that just won't stop. When the going gets rough, he gets super tough.
Hong Kong food.
Hong Kong food.
Oh, I knew that.
Okay, this one's tough. This one's really tough. The big cheese is the villain who's lower than low. It's a rotten shame he lives in little Tokyo. We've got a nasty bad bird and some nasty ninja crows. As soon as someone finds the script, we might begin the show.
Oh,
Sit
Pizza
back-
Cats.
Close. Samurai Pizza Cats.
I said Pizza Cats. You knew exactly what I was saying.
Okay, anyway.
You're going to piss off Pooh over there.
Name the anthropomorphic toy line with characters such as Sergeant Wooly Pullover, Private Side O'Bacon, Captain Tusker Chitlins, and Commander Fleece Cardigan.
Airwolf?
Nope. This is a toy line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chips.
Nope. Barnyard Commandos.
Oh, all right.
The property is based around the concept of farm animals who consumed radioactive materials left over from an abandoned military experiment, mutating them into a hyper-intelligent anthropomorphic paramilitary troops. This consists of 2 hilariously harmless opposing teams, the Rams, rebel army of military sheep, and the Porks, platoon of rebel killer swine.
Okay, then.
All right, number 2. General Petant, General McAnther, Bug-Eye, and Ramp Ant.
Battle bugs?
Nope. Army Ants.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So on the nose.
Released in 1987, Army Ants were originally released in squadrons of 3 or 8 figures set on a card-backed blister pack. The individual soldiers had various themes, including officers, international soldiers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, last one. Last trivia question. Major Munch, Lieutenant Leg, Sergeant Scoop, Short Stack.
That sounds like those are all construction names, so that's got to be like Bob the Builder or something like that.
Major Munch, Lieutenant Leg, Sergeant Scoop, Short Stack.
Something about food.
Food Fighters.
Okay.
Food Fighters was an action figure collection released by Mattel in 1989, proverbial for the concept of a food fight. The figures were all different types of anthropomorphic food dressed in military gear.
Oh, there's a Japanese version of that.
Food Fighters consisted of 10 figures and 3 accessory toys, a refrigerator playset. The tagline was "Combat at its cookiest."
Well, that's funny.
Ooh,
There's a Japanese version
so
of
glad
that
the
called
80s are
Fighting
over.
Foodongs.
Okay. All right, moving on to oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that reminds me of the Shopkins.
I don't know who's that.
Shopkins are anthropomorphized food and objects that are like Polly Pocket type things for kids.
Strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, they are absolutely terrifying if you see them. Like, they are freaking, like, they wig me out hardcore.
Okay.
Scary. Look up Shopkins. They're
I don't
fucking
know.
terrifying.
Okay, tonight's news. I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I want to get to tonight's news because I'm curious on what your guys' opinion is. According to superherohype.com...
I hate it.
According to superherohype.com, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been delayed indefinitely. The flick has been pulled from its release date, crew members are being released, and soon cast members will be released.
Oh, they killed it. Wow.
It's gone into a regrouping phase, but it's been pulled, crew members are being let go, and soon cast members are going to be let go. Which this is a big if, because, I mean, come on, Guardians of the Galaxy is like, what, the second highest grossing property for the Marvel? If this property is shelved for good, what space characters or teams should Marvel replace them with?
Novacore.
Novacore? But isn't that part of the... I guess it don't matter.
Got nothing.
Got nothing? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, God, yes. The,
Cody brought up a picture of Shopkins.
Fucking stop it.
What about the Cyclops' dad, the
Oh, Starjammers?
Starjammers?
That'd be good since we're getting the X-Men
Because
properties back.
they're not mutants, are they? They can use them.
Corsair, I think, has a latent mutant ability.
But I mean, we could use them without using the word mutant, right? We could still.
Well, yeah, but they still belong
Shi'ar.
under the Shi'ar. They all fall underneath the X-Men copyright.
Oh, okay.
But they have X-Men copyright back now.
Yeah.
Also, is this the first crack in the shining tower of Feige? Is this the first? Because besides a few not so well performing flicks, which they're still made a ton of money, this is like the first bad news from what Feige has built.
Yeah, but
Could this be the crack that breaks open the downfall of the Marvel reign?
Certainly could be, but I think it's going to take more than just one.
Yeah, and I don't think this is Feige's fault anyway. This is...
No, I don't think it's Feige's fault. I'm just saying because he's built this. So I was just saying, is this the fall of Feige's reign?
I don't know, but it does send a message about Disney that they're not going to take any crap.
But the problem with that is okay. So they fired James Gunn because of what he said 8 years ago. They've got Sarah Silverman playing a character in their kids movie, and Sarah Silverman's done way worse crap.
But no one's has said anything about it. I'm sure if someone has said something.
I mean,
about it.
She's come out and apologized for it.
So did James Gunn. Too,
what about Robert Downey Jr.?
I know we've all brought this up, and I didn't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, if I don't think they're going to shelve it. I think there's going to be a 12th hour or 11th hour decision, and Guardians are going to come back. I was just throwing that hypothetical out there. If Guardians did go away,
I thinking they're showing their poker suit. Like, okay, if you're going to quit, we'll just fucking quit. Like, we don't need you for this property. Yeah, we will sell this. We don't need you. You need us.
Maybe that's part of it, but I think it's really showing a double standard from Disney. Because, I mean, look at the history of the people they employ. You know, Sarah Silverman and Wreck-It Ralph. You've got... I just had them all. Samuel L. Jackson, who has, a history in his acting career about, he swears like a sailor and has been shown as a murderer. I mean, are we going to fire Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury?
Who played Tim Taylor?
Tim Allen?
Yeah.
That wasn't Disney at the time, was it?
Yes, it was.
Disney owned ABC back then?
He was in the Santa Claus, and he was the first person to be allowed to work for Disney because he was arrested for running drugs in Michigan.
What?
Yeah. So he got arrested for it.
I mean, there's a ton of things. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s history is public. I mean, you're setting a very dangerous thing because James Gunn was very much playing a character outside of what he was doing when he posted a lot of those tweets trying to get publicity for, was it Trauma?
Trauma, yeah.
Yeah, Trauma. And I think you're setting a double standard. With actors need to worry about getting fired from future roles for what they've done in their past to publicize their current roles, that's a big problem.
I mean, shit, Robert Downey Jr. is not allowed in, a country. He's not allowed in China anymore.
I think it's mainly just because if you honestly, it's because companies, especially for whatever reason it happens in the arts, they give in to public opinion, and if enough people raise their voices about Sarah Silverman, I guarantee you they get rid of Sarah Silverman.
I just don't think it's one of those things, it's on the kid movie side. Still, it's just the voice. It's not like we're actually seeing this person put intellectual properties into these movies.
To me, it's Disney. I mean, really, are you going to go to some other magical place on Earth? What are they going to do? Is everyone going to boycott going to see Star Wars and Marvel movies and Disney kids movies? And
well, supposedly they boycotted Solo, and now I don't want to get into that. Okay, anyway. So news number 2. Danny Boyle has exited Bond 25. After throwing his hat in the ring and the producers and studio supposedly so in love with his take on the next movie, they delayed it, they gave him everything he wanted. he has exited. I mean, they were stoked about his idea for the next movie. They literally gave him the world, and he has exited.
And the world was not enough.
The world was not enough. There's a short list of replacement directors. Jan Demange,
James Gunn.
he did 71 and White Boy Rick. David McKenzie, he did Hell or High Water and Outlaw King. And Edgar Wright. Who do you guys have any? I know none of you guys are really Bond fans. You guys want to see someone direct a Bond flick?
Not really.
Chris Nolan?
No one of those names really stand out to me. I would get behind Christopher Nolan doing a James Bond movie. I think it would have a more traditional take than just another action movie.
I think Inception was his version of a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. It's the next mission is all in his head.
So, anyone else got an opinion on that? I just want to bring. I'm a Bond fan. I know you guys really aren't. So,
I like James Bond. I don't know. I haven't seen Spectre yet.
Yeah, I'm so far behind on Bond movies. Like, I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig ones.
Like, I thought Daniel Craig was like gonna leave pretty soon.
yeah, but he's leaving after the next one.
Oh, I didn't know he was.
Have they confirmed who the next actor is?
No, but everyone they have finally confirmed that he is done. There are rumors every time, but Daniel Craig has confirmed he's done. Idris Elba has come out because everyone's like Idris Elba. He's come out and goes, "I am not doing it. Period. This isn't a ploy. I don't want to do it."
I want to see.
It's definitely not Idris Elba.
I want to see them continue it as a continuation, where there's the fan theory that 007 James Bond is just a code name that's not who he really is.
They shot that in the butt at Skyfall.
Yeah, I know.
But it was rumored that when they went to the house of Skyfall, Sean Connery was going to be there, Timothy Dalton was going to be there, and the late Roger Moore was going to be there as the
retirement home.
The retirement where you take the dog. The dog's now living on the farm. Well, that's kind of okay.
I want to see that movie. 3 Bonds in a house.
News number 3.
Watch it.
News number 3. The last bit of news. Sony's Venom flick. Not sure what the rating will be. The studio is pushing for a PG-13 rating to align with the universe it's creating, but director Ruben Fleischer and star Tom Hardy have no idea what the rating will be. They stated they shot the film with as much gore, horror, and dark humor that was essential and felt needed for the story, but have no idea what the studio is going to release, which I think is a bad sign. I understand movies is a business. I think it should be an art. It should be just about the art. I realize that's stupid and you can't. I think the business should be done at the front. And when you sign up to make a movie, you sign up to make a rated R movie, that's what it stays for. I think the business dealings ends up screwing up the movie.
Yeah, I think, like, if you're going to shoot a movie, you need to have a rating in mind during the entire production. And I really, really hope it's R.
I mean, do you think that movies are, like, superhero movies are going more towards R because Deadpool was so popular?
Deadpool and Logan.
Well, I mean, I think the only reason that Logan was R was because of Deadpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, they said so in Deadpool 2.
But
I mean, I think there's an influence there, but I think they're listening to the audience, like,
which is bad.
Which can be bad, yeah. But I mean, you have the mainstream Marvel movies, and they're like, okay, so these are the movies that you're going to take your teenager to and watch and enjoy. Venom is not aimed for the 13-year-old consumer
Or the 9-year-old.
Yeah, Venom is aimed for the 19-year-old consumer. He has always been that way in comics.
Yeah.
He's Spawn. He's Marvel's version of Spawn. And he is a more mature character aimed for a more mature audience. He's just like Deadpool and Howard the Duck, and those characters are aimed for a different audience. So I think if you're going to take that character and do him right, you need to aim for the correct audience.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Man and Hulk and the X-Men, those can all be PG-13, that's fine. But when you start looking at the super mature characters, Venom, Deadpool, Wolverine, you need to put them in the R slot. That's my opinion.
I agree. I think I know films are a business, and the studio's putting money, so they want. I mean, they're not gamblers. They want the safest bet because they want their money back. Especially nowadays when people are pirating and streaming, and they actually physically going to a cinema is dying out, which depresses me every day. I realize that they want the safest bet. But I think the business end should be at the beginning. You set it up, everyone signs on to make a certain type, and then it becomes part of the art. And that being said, I think if any movie could do it this way, it's Venom, because look at the first trailer. There was no sign of the symbiote, whatever, in it. And then the second trailer came out, and they had most of the same shots. Like they had him driving down the road, and this time instead of the cars just going like this, you saw the tendrils coming out. And it works. Or at least within the trailer, it worked. I was like, oh, okay. And when he was in the CAT scan, he was just flipping around. But in the new one, you see the symbiote starting to come through the skin. So if there's any movie where this might work, I'd say Venom. If they're going to cut, I don't want a movie to be rated R just to be rated R. If it fits the character, if it fits the story, if this character needs to bite this person's head off and it fits the story, good. If it just bites the head off of a person because it was a cool shot, I think we can probably slide around that. I think as long as the business side is working with the art, that's fine.
I think a big problem is that the rating system is subjective.
Oh, complete crap.
It's complete garbage. If you don't know how movies are rated, go look it up. There is no guidelines. There is no
It's a person's opinion.
checklist.
It's whoever works at the MPAA. No one. I'm sure some people know. So anyway, when
It's
you make
supposed to be hidden. No one's supposed to know.
when you make a movie, I'm sure like Spielberg knows. So when you make a movie, you submit it to the MPAA, and basically this mysterious group of people watch the movie, and they will give you notes like your movie is NC-17. Okay, so what do I need to cut? That's your problem. You figure it out. I mean, they can literally say that, or they can be like, well, it was the content, it was the theme,
The ass in scene 3.
Right. They can be that. They can be that descriptive, or they can be like, it's your problem. You figure out why it's NC-17. And there's no book. It's just whatever person watches your movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of discrepancy in what's fair, and especially when you start looking at like sexism in Hollywood. Like if you show a woman enjoying sex, it's immediately an NC-17 or an X movie, regardless if it shows anything. But you show a man enjoying sex, and it could be PG-13.
Yeah, you can
Because
show
it's comedy at that point.
on the other side. On the other token, you can show boobs. You can show full frontal women in the butt. You basically show the complete naked anatomy of a woman.
But as soon as you throw a penis in there,
Yeah, I think Apatow was able to get a flaccid penis into a rated R movie. Because basically, if you show any sort of nude
Genitalia.
male, yeah, it's NC-17. But I think Apatow was able to get.
There's been a handful of R movies that have gotten through with a non-erect penis.
And you can have a group of people. You can have a group of people poo. You can have a group of people smoking weed, and it's a PG-13 rated R movie, whatever. But if they smoke a cigarette, it's instant R. Instant R.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff doesn't make sense. Like we can show all of the violence that's in like the PG-13 movies. Like look at X-Men 2, where Wolverine is just murdering all those soldiers in the X-Mansion. But because there's not a single drop of blood, that's fine. But you start showing the realistic blood, and you get shifted up to an R.
That's an American thing too, because it's like the exact opposite everywhere else. Like over in Britain and France and all that, like nudity's nothing. Like they censor violence.
Absolutely, that's
Like
what
here-
you should.
That's not America.
Like here in America, violence is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but in cinema.
oh my god, that dude has a penis? No, we can't have our young ones knowing that.
Yeah, and I think
'Cause if you see a penis, it'll make you gay.
And I
Yeah.
think you get one fuck in a PG-13 movie, but it can't be used as the action. You can't be like, me and Jane are gonna go fuck. Like you can't use that. You can stub your toe and say fuck, or use it as an exclamation, but you can only use it once. And still be under the PG-13 rating. What was the cuss word in the '87 Transformers movie?
Shit.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
You mean the cuss word that's not a cuss word anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that happens. They actually cut it from the original release. You have to get a theatrical release to get that scene.
That's on my VHS.
Not normally.
You have a
you have the
bootleg copy.
theatrical release if it's on the VHS.
Oh, okay, man. That's what I got. Then.
Like mine didn't have that scene in for a very long time until I got the anniversary edition. But yeah, basically they set the bomb for Unicron. The bomb explodes, and Spike and Bumblebee are cheering, and then the cloud clears, and you can see Unicron is still chasing them. And Bumblebee goes, "That didn't even dent it." And Spike goes, "Oh shit! What are we gonna do now?"
I thought it was in the beginning.
Yeah. No. Well, it's about a quarter of the way through the movie. It's when the second moon base gets attacked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Any other before we move on to tonight's birthdays? I got a stash of birthdays.
A stash? Well, that's another word we can't use and get a PG-13 rating.
Okay, birthdays. Happy Time Murders came out, came out Friday. So happy birthday to Melissa McCarthy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think she's funny if she's not the lead. She's kind of like Will Ferrell to me. I think Will Ferrell's hilarious if he's not in the lead.
She's got about a 50-50 shot for me. Like,
Okay.
she was funny in Bridesmaids, but I didn't like her in a lot of the other movies that she's been in.
Did you like her in Heat?
Not particularly.
I thought she was hilarious in Heat.
What about Identity Theft?
I was on the edge on that one.
I remember it not looking good. But
Ghostbusters.
she was okay in Ghostbusters. I didn't mind her in Ghostbusters.
I feel she plays the same character a lot.
Yeah, she falls into that rut of, I'll just say something really vulgar, really loud, and everyone's going to laugh. That was funny, like, in Bridesmaids, but it's not really... Like I said, if she's not the lead, I think she's hilarious. Just like Will Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell's hilarious if he's not the star of the movie.
That's fair.
Macaulay Culkin, birthday tonight.
Oh.
Does anyone hear that theory that the dude from Home Alone grows up to be Jigsaw from Saw?
Yes.
That's a great fan theory.
There's actually a YouTube video out that he stars in where he grows up to become a Jigsaw-like killer, and he blames his family for leaving him alone during the holidays and stuff. That's the reason his life is ruined.
Okay, all right. Mike Coulter, Mr. Luke Cage himself, his birthday.
Sorry. One more Home Alone thing.
Okay, all right.
Ryan Reynolds is making a stoner comedy based on Home Alone called Stoned Alone. And it's somebody dealing with the paranoia of smoking weed by yourself.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm not usually for
No,
stoner humor,
I'm
but
over,
that sounds like it could
I'm
be
over
great.
weed movies. Weed has become the new
Black.
something. Claire Blackwelder, she was the purple Dino Charge Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Oh.
My favorite purple Dino Ranger.
I thought she was, to me, what?
It's a personal story.
This is the hottest singer, I think, Shirley Manson. I think she's gorgeous. You don't think Shirley Manson's gorgeous?
She's okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
That's one hell of a thing to go for.
this person, I know you guys are fans of. Let me give you some of her work. Mermaids and Unicorns.
Yeah.
Okay. Strapped for Cash.
Is this
Sounds
a
like a
porno
porno.
actress?
Hot and Mean.
Sounds like a porno.
Everything but.
Yup.
Isis Love. Okay.
Isis Love.
Okay. Happy birthday to Isis Love. Ole Ray. She was MJ's girlfriend from the Thriller video.
Okay.
Adrian Young, drummer of No Doubt. Daniel just hit the microphone.
Sorry, Cody and I were doing the Thriller, and
It's close to midnight.
Drummer from No Doubt's birthday today. Tyler's a huge fan. I only know this person because of him. Johnny Rapid, he played the Flash in the Flash a Gay XXX parody.
Yes,
So
exactly.
thank you, Tyler. You should see his Internet Movie Database picture.
Yes.
It's
What is his name?
Johnny Rapid. Going from a gay porn star to Mother Teresa's birthday today.
oh, hey,
yeah.
You're
That's
going to
segue.
hell for that.
Say what? Craig, in my stuntman for tonight, Craig Rundle, stuntman in Iron Man, Gone in 60 Seconds, and probably the hidden gem of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's movies, The Rundown.
Oh.
In Australia, it was called Welcome to the Jungle.
Really?
Yep.
Really, you're not gonna wish Chris Pine a happy birthday?
Fuck Chris Pine.
What about all the pine nuts out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think when all the Chris Pine super fans like really get together and mosh, they're called pesto?
Dumb. Oh.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Well, he really cracked the nut on that one.
Yeah. All right. So Damage Control Podcast.
These are comedy to me, guys. Clearly, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Stranger Things Jim.
Y'all didn't hear
Do you think
that.
they're serving food over there tonight?
I think they're closed by now.
I want some tater tots.
Underdark Damage Control Podcasting Underdark Comics and Games is being recorded at Damage Control Podcasting. Damage Control Podcasting is being recorded at Underdark Comics and
They're
Games in
closed.
Quincy, Illinois. I will stab you.
With what? Your needle dick? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I've been waiting to use that for 15 years.
Damn.
I am so sorry.
Oh,
Wait,
it just popped
15
out.
years?
Jesus.
I heard some other kid use it on the bus, and I was like, oh my god, that is the best comeback ever.
Cody,
I've just been waiting for somebody to say, I'm going to stab you.
No one's told you they were going to stab you?
Cody, it is Mother Teresa's birthday today.
I know, that's why I am so sorry. It just popped out. I am
Mother
sorry.
Teresa wants some tater tots and burgers at the cellar.
I'm not
across
moving
the
your
street.
couch anymore.
You owe me.
Not anymore, I don't.
Fine. I'll do it by myself.
You can move it with your needle dick.
I'm so sorry. I am literally, that's like the best comeback I've ever heard. The kid was on the bus like, I'm going to hit you. Like, being a dick and stuff. And he just like, I'm
needle dick?
going to freaking stab you. And the other guy just goes, with what? Your needle dick? And it was like the rest of the ride, everybody on the bus was laughing. And that kid just like, he's just so beaten down by it. Just when he got off the bus, just.
I think we should just put a camera, just record Cody the whole entire, and put that on YouTube. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Damage Control Podcasting has been recorded at Underdark Comics and Games in Quincy, Illinois. Check us out on Facebook at Facebook/Underdark Comics, or check out our website at underdarkquincy.com. Send us an email, shoot us a message, or stop in and say hi.
Okay, my name that I was supposed to come up with, you said I didn't. Stwain.
Dwayne.
Fuck.
Dwayne?
Stwain.
Siri, did you just make that up as soon as you said Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like any word you say, I'm gonna be able to come up with the real word you got it from.
Moosh. Hey, Moosh.
That's not
Mush.
even a word.
Shoom.
Mush.
Shoom.
Mush.
Shoom.
Shroom.
Flight.
Flight? You just literally just said flight.
Okay.
It just reminds me of that Saturday Night Live Jeopardy skit where he's like, what color rhymes with Urple? Light Urple?
Okay. You can find Damage Control Podcasting across the social media platforms on the Twitter at Damn Control, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud at Damage Control Podcasting, all one word, as well as Reddit.
Dan.
Dan Control Podcasting.
Yes. Contact us at damagecontrolpodcasting@gmail.com. Anything else?
No, me and my needle dick have nothing to say.
Okay, cool.
I'm so sorry.